Happy Friday, everybody. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's technically not Friday, but we're recording this for Friday. So when you're watching this later on YouTube, it is technically Friday. You're probably wondering, why are you dressed like this? What is happening? Well, for 25% of you, you know exactly what's happening. And for the rest, you might still. Friday is the Independence Day for the United States of America, which is something that we celebrate obviously every year. It's been an interesting time. It's been an interesting time. This is the most I've ever worn an American flag by far. And I would not be wearing this if it wasn't for stream. So this is kind of an interesting fashion choice. I went with the cowboy kind of shirt, I guess you could say, and then the cowboy hat, which honestly I kind of like. I like the stars up there. I think that's kind of cool. It's not bad at all. I don't know if it'll be a regular occurrence or any sort of hat that's styled like this, but it's been interesting. I've been wearing this for a little bit now, and I don't know, it's kind of comfortable. We have 5 amazing member requested videos for you today. It's going to be awesome. We're going to start off with a little bit of introduction, and then we'll kind of move on to some more 4th of July, Independence Day themed stuff, and then we will get to the edits, of course. So I hope you're excited as I am. My name is Todd. If this is your first time here, you picked an interesting one to show up on. I don't usually dress like this. I promise. That is a solemn promise. I don't usually. But it's going to be interesting. I'm glad you're here. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Hit the follow button if you want to join live and be a part of the chat on Twitch. Certainly welcome to. And like I just said, if you would like to request your own videos and be the member that shows me something I've never seen before, maybe never heard of, and just kind of guide the stream, you can certainly do so. ToddReacts.com. The season tier gets you 2 video requests per month. I almost said per week. Per month. And the series tier gets you 3 video requests per month. So go ahead and check those out. And while you're there, check out the summer collection of merch available right now, 15% off for members. And ships worldwide. Quality is guaranteed on every order. I can say that for a fact. So it's nice to bring up, and it's nice to reiterate. As you can see, lots of great options there. And we have stylings on the back, of course, of everything. And all the good designs and great designs designed by yours truly. No, they're great. They're good. I tried. Okay? I tried. I know you're going to like them. I went with the shirt supplier for most of these items that I've used before, and I really enjoy the quality of their fabric. Like, it's super soft and light, so it's perfect for summer. I usually wear one of these items, probably not the tank top, during stream. You probably see me in the graphic hoodie and the script hoodie and the graphic tee, etc., and the Adidas quarter-zip pullover. Yes, it is Adidas branded. Amazing stuff, super soft, great quality. I get samples of everything just to make sure, so I know you will love it when you get it. And of course, every item as well has a new rating system I just implemented. So if you want to check that out, and you do purchase an item, or you get an item via giveaway or sweepstakes, whatever we want to call it, go ahead and leave a review. Throw some pictures up there too. That's also available. And, of course, the accessories as well, those get added to every time there's a new collection. These 6 on the screen currently are all new to the store, so check those out. And you'll be seeing me grab some of them during the stream. And, yeah, check that out. And if you're watching via YouTube right now, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please and thank you. It just tells the algorithm, frankly, I like this, I want to see more of it. And hopefully the algorithm listens. I think it does. But you can definitely check that out. We have lots of playlists too, so if you want to see if I've reacted to multiple things that you're really into, chances are there's a playlist of it. And I wish I knew off the top of my head how many playlists I have, but it's probably a lot at this point. It's probably quite a few. But and last but certainly not least, join the Discord in all its glory. Over 241 members, I believe, as of late. You can see at the top it says I'm live, which I am. I hit start event and it tells you I'm live. So you can join in if you want to join in live. And we have tons of wonderful, wonderful fandom channels for you to check in on. You can also create, if you have something in mind, you don't see it listed, you can certainly request it. There's literally a channel for requesting a channel. There it is. Boom. And of course, we have fun community channels as well. You can post pictures of your food and your pets and all that good stuff. And we could just, go, oh, every time you post a picture of your cat, your kitten, your dog, your puppy, whatever kind of pet you have. I'm sure we'll all fawn over them. But yeah, check it out today. Join the conversation. Friends have been made. So it's a great community of people that are into what they're into. And I think you should join it. I think you should definitely join it. If you've been thinking about it, here's your personal invite. Enter your name. Please join. All right. And let's go back to here. So, I had a question. There's certain little quirks involved around Independence Day. Number one would be technically the Continental Congress, which was the first Congress, legislative body of the United States, voted to declare independence today when I'm live, July 2nd. Which is kind of interesting because you would expect okay, so we should celebrate it the day that all the votes were counted and it passed or whatever. No, not technically. The vote was for the Lee Resolution, which proposed that the colonies should be free and independent states, obviously from Great Britain, if that wasn't obvious or familiar or whatever. 2 days later, on July 4th, today, wink, Congress formally adopted the Declaration of Independence. So they voted to declare independence on the 2nd, and then the actual document was adopted the 4th. And that's why we celebrate on the 4th, because the actual document has a lot more words and interesting statements. And I guess after they formally adopted it, they actually sent it to King George III, if I'm not mistaken, which explained the reasons for seeking independence and announced the separation. The reasons were very interesting. Obviously, a lot of them were based around the time and taxes and stuff. Just very, very minute or very wonky, I guess is the political term that people use. Very wonky. Like, I guess if you really were against the T-tax, you were very against the T-tax. But while July 4th is celebrated as Independence Day in the United States, it is the adoption of the Declaration of Independence rather than the initial vote on July 2nd that is commemorated. So technically, I don't know which one I prefer. Would it be more interesting to celebrate the vote when they actually all went around and said, okay, I guess we're doing this, gang? I don't know. Do we go home? Do we pick up rifles? What do we do at this point? I guess we just fight. You assume it's going to be violence at that point, right? Or do you celebrate the actual adoption of the document and probably the sending of it, I'm assuming. What's interesting, I read this before stream when Thomas Jefferson was writing it. He got some input from others as well, but the initial 17, he literally spent 17 days in isolation writing it. That is, I don't even know, 17 days in isolation writing a document, just trying to formulate some idea of why, making it make sense, getting it all together. That is not easy. And, if you read it or if you've ever read it, It's actually pretty good. It's like really well written for the most part. Um, Obviously, it's very tongue in cheek in some parts. It does have a little, jabs at King George throughout, but I don't know, 17 days. That's quite a while. But it's also weird that it's 17 days, but it was also his first draft. So he must have just taken his time on that. To have one draft done in 17 days, that's a lot. That's a lot of days. The 10 iconic American films to celebrate Independence Day. We're going to kind of go through these very quickly. Obviously, this is Daniel Day-Lewis playing Abraham Lincoln. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, 1939. That is a very young Jimmy Stewart. If you're familiar with Jimmy Stewart at all, that is unbelievable. You might have seen the Christmas classic, It's a Wonderful Life. That is him, but much younger. 1939. Wow. Timeless classic champions the ideals of American democracy. Led by Jimmy Stewart, he plays a naive and idealistic young man appointed to the U.S. Senate who single-handedly takes on a corrupt political machine. Good luck. 1776. Obviously, this is written about Independence Day, of course. Came out in 1972. Broadway hit took on the signing of the Declaration of Independence with wit, humor, and a surprising amount of historical accuracy for a musical. And of course, the classic. I watch this almost every year. It is so good. So good. At times, it can be brutally violent, which, by the way, if you're familiar with any sort of war history, war was even... do we say it was more violent in the past? I mean, I guess it's more potential for casualty, even though now it's like bombs, just indiscriminately. So now it's just one-sided gore. Back then, it was definitely both-sided gore. Literally just marching in two straight lines, and then just one shoots, the other shoots. One shoots, the other shoots. And that entire time, they're shooting like cannonballs at you, and you're not like breaking formation, which is crazy to me. If a cannonball was firing in my direction, if I could see it, I'm not saying I could, but if I could see it coming, I would try to maneuver out of the way, hopefully, but it was just brutal at some points. It is quite an interesting watch. If you've never seen it, I would highly recommend it. Forrest Gump, a classic, a true classic. Kind of goes through, the story of it is he literally goes through most of America's like important events, like certainly a certain time of them, and it's portrayed very well. I think Tom Hanks in this movie was amazing. It was phenomenal watch. Phenomenal watch. It came out when I was very young, and I didn't see it when it first came out. Obviously, I was very tiny, but I eventually saw it. I think my dad was watching it with my oldest brother, and my middle brother and I were like sneaking around the corner to try to see it, But it's definitely not kid appropriate. But we were trying our best, okay? We were trying to see what everyone was talking about, because obviously, even though we're young, we know what the heck's going on. We know it's popular, right? Lincoln, 2012. This is obviously not set during the American Revolution. This is set during the Civil War in America. Great movie. Very long. Very long. You're definitely going to need an intermission. It is extremely long. Daniel Day-Lewis does a great job, as always. He's a method actor. He disappears for however many years, and then he shows up, and he just is whoever he says he is. It's truly one of the great actors of our time. 100% one of the great actors of our time. Directed by Steven Spielberg, of course. Very famous director, if you've ever heard of him. Powerful historical drama focuses on Abraham Lincoln's political struggle, passed the 13th Amendment and formally abolished slavery. It may be the most important thing to have happened since the Declaration of Independence. It shows how the Union can be held together in really turbulent times. It was I tell you, what was one of the most interesting parts was seeing him kind of talk to just random people. Like he would just talk to anybody. And, it's late at night. He goes into like the script writing room or whatever, and he's just philosophizing, philosophizing. He's just going off, and they're just listening to him like, wow, this guy's really smart, and he didn't have much of an education, and it's truly amazing how well read he was, for someone who had little to no education. I think he had like a third grade education, which is very young. Just unbelievable. Saving Private Ryan, that is a classic World War II Spielberg movie. Again, another Spielberg movie. You might notice a lot of these have to do with war. I don't know why, but it just seems like patriotic movies tend to lean on war to drum up that feeling, right? Us against them, you know, national pride against, some enemy somewhere, something, some idea. It's classic. But, some of these are done very well. Some of these are done very, very well. Saving Private Ryan is a great movie, albeit it is a bit brutal. So if you struggle watching any sort of violence or anything like that, some of these will not suit you well. This is America, so we have to go back-to-back Spielberg movies. Masterpiece tells the story of the sacrifices made by American soldiers during World War II in order to save one life. It's fictional, of course. While there are many things that are still bad during this time, at least we knew the bad guys were worse and the sacrifices of soldiers made, blah, 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 blah. The price of liberty is high. Yeah, the opening scene, the D-Day opening scene there is classic. Classic. Oh my gosh. If you only see one scene from the entire movie, maybe you've seen clips of the D-Day landing, invasion. It is something to behold. National Treasure. Ooh, a little bit of a lighter note here. I like this. I like this a lot. Stealing the Declaration of Independence, Nicolas Cage. Honestly, by far Nicolas Cage's best work. And that might be a little bit of blasphemy because Face Off was great and Con Air was great. Cult classic kind of things. But National Treasure is there's something about it that is infectious. They made multiple ones of these. I bet if they made another one, people would still be into it. I know a lot of these movies are maybe not as fun as you want, so I have some on here that are just bangers. Nick Cage playing a historian adventurer is just inspired. So many clues cleverly embedded in iconic American artifacts and documents. It's great. It truly is great. It's fun for the whole family. It's awesome. Definitely check it out if you haven't. Do the Right Thing. I have not seen this. You cannot talk about American movies without talking about Spike Lee, one of the most important filmmakers of our time. This is one of his masterpieces, set in a Brooklyn neighborhood on the hottest day of the summer. Simmering racial and social tensions that erupt into tragedy. The movie takes on race, class, prejudice, cops, community, blah, 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 blah. Question is, are you brave enough? I probably would not put that with this list. The list is iconic American films, and it rightly is. But it's not quite 4th of July relevant. Independence Day, this is definitely not... is this 4th of July relevant? I guess technically it occurred, like the final fight was on the 4th of July. If I'm going to say Die Hard was a Christmas movie, I should probably say Independence Day is a 4th of July movie. Movie changed blockbusters and sort of invented the July 4th weekend release. So for a while there, we were releasing July 4th movies that were supposed to be big. So whatever your big movie of the summer is, you release it on the weekend because chances are there's going to be like a day off. Or there will be a day off somewhere on that weekend, so it'll be a 3-day weekend. Film's iconic speech by the fictional president encapsulates the defiant, hopeful attitude that defines the holiday. Then, of course, we got Field of Dreams. If you've never seen this, it is one of my all-time favorites. It is quite slow. I will admit, it is quite slow. But boy, is it good. The emotional moments in this movie hit so hard. So hard. It is tearjerker. Like sobbing, crying. Yeah, it is. And especially me now, like I definitely relate to it at this point in real life. It's about a middle-aged man who would just do anything to play one more game of catch with his father, who passed. And it is a beautiful story. Beautiful. And it will definitely make you shed some tears. Even if you think you don't cry, it will probably make you cry. It's brutal. Whispers in the Corn, Middle America, something more powerful than telling us to appreciate our past, second chances, fathers. America is a place it can be hard to believe in, but sometimes she earns your trust. Indeed. It's a pretty good list. Field of Dreams is a great movie. Definitely has a lot of Americana in it, baseball, whatever. Independence Day, I mean, that is just a fun for the whole family. That's a lot of fun. And that speech by the fictional president is pretty good. Pretty good. Do the Right Thing, I would probably skip that. National Treasure, I mean, classic. Definitely check that out. Saving Private Ryan, if you're brave enough, check it out. Lincoln, that's kind of a nice historical piece. Might skip it for 4th of July weekend, but it's good anytime, frankly. Forrest Gump, I mean, I don't know. I guess, maybe. Patriot is 100%. Definitely got to watch The Patriot. I'll be checking that out at some point this weekend. 1776, maybe I'll check it out. And Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is just, oh boy. It's a bit too political, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's about the little guy trying to do, something right. But, if there's one thing in this world that's accurate, it's that we struggle to find our voice. Whether it's one of us, whether it's many of us, it just is what it is, unfortunately. But, so, there's some movies, some recommendations. Treat it how you will. And let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to start off with a One Tree Hill video. It is a TikTok compilation. And then we have a video of The Flash. This one is basically Cisco and Caitlin focused. And then we're going to move on to a Smosh video. And this is all about Arasha. And then we will move on to a Chuck video, which I can't remember if I've reacted to a Chuck video before. This one is focused on Casey and Sarah. So interesting. Going to definitely look into some information on the show and whatnot. Try to fill in the gaps. And we do have a Critical Role Part 3. This is the EXU Calamity Clips compilation. It is Part 3. We've done 1 and 2, so if you haven't checked those out, go check those out. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? Let's do it. Let's absolutely do it. It's funny. I keep thinking about, childhood when this holiday ever comes around, because it was so fun. We would buy these boxes. I don't know if you would ever buy fireworks as a family and then light them off, but for any occasion, any holiday, New Year's, whatever, we would buy this big box of like fountain fireworks, and they would just pew 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 like go off like tiny. It's just a little fountain, like a water fountain, and then it would have some pops in it maybe, and it would come with sparklers. Those hand twirling sparkler things, and it was not much. It was not much. It was not bottle rockets. It was not what the heck are these? What were they called? MD-80s or something? Or M80s or something? The ones that would just boom and just boom explode at the top of their trajectory. Definitely not bottle rockets. What was another? Blackjacks? Was that a name? I can't remember the name of fireworks. No stink bombs. We would get those little those pops that you would throw against the ground and it would explode, like very tiny, but it would make a popping sound. Those are kind of cool, but never anything too big. But you know what? It was just right. It was just right. It wasn't crazy. We weren't going to light the neighbor's house on fire or something like that, or ours. Like, no one was going to get injured or damaged or lose fingers or whatever, which is always happening, by the way. Whenever there's a fireworks in your holiday, there's people losing their fingers and hands, and it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. So be safe if you're doing any sort of fireworks from here on until eternity. But, yeah, it was a lot of great, family hangs. That's the most important part about holidays, is spending time with your family. We don't have a lot of time with them. It's limited. Soak it up the best you can. If you're estranged from your family, I totally get that. Found family. That's something we've definitely learned and seen, whether it's friends or, extended family members or whoever is in your circle, if you have a circle. Those are the moments. Those are the moments you'll remember. Those are moments you'll remember. Yeah. So hang on to those, enjoy them, all that good stuff. Let's jump into the first video, One Tree Hill TikTok edits number 2. Not number 1, it's number 2. So let's go ahead and position this correctly because it is TikToks. And here we go. Let's do it.
Nice work, ladies. Undefeated regular season, conference champs, and all for nothing.
All right, Dan. Take it down a
Nathan,
notch.
because I want to see your face when you explain to me why you didn't run the play I told you to. Take off that jersey. You don't deserve to wear it. None of you do. You haven't answered for me yet? Because I can wait. I have nowhere else to be. And you don't either. Do you want to know why? Because your season is over. Why did you disobey me and pass to Lucas when you knew?
But I knew what, Dad? That Lucas shouldn't have been in that game because of his injury? Because we both knew that, didn't we?
Watch it.
I should have hit the shot. It's my fault.
You're damn right it's your fault. You let your teammates down. Teammates you shouldn't have had in the first place, by the way.
At least he took a shot. Unlike you.
What did you say to me?
You heard what I said.
Oh.
I said at least he took a shot. It's more than you did, right, Dad?
I wouldn't go there if I were you, Nathan.
Ooh.
Why not? You're talking about letting down our teammates. Lucas was there all game. He played in pain with an injury you knew about. But he wasn't a coward like you were.
Ooh.
Tim? Go get security. Tell my son's been beaten to death.
We played hard, and we lost. We have nothing to be ashamed of. Except maybe our coach. No regrets.
Hat tip to Nathan on that one.
First you both go out your way and the
Wow.
vibe is feeling stronger. What's small turn to a friendship turn to
Dang,
a bond, and
that's
that bond
cool
will
to
never
see.
be broken. The love
That
will
was
never get
so
lost.
good.
And when brotherhood comes first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone.
That was
If you
beautiful.
having girl problems, I
Beautiful.
feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Now, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing
The
with
development is wild and real.
Captain of the cheerleaders,
I'm so glad I saw that.
WNI, and girlfriend of Raven Star shooting guard Lucas Skinner.
And what are your plans after high school?
After high school, I have cheer practice.
That was so cool. Oh my gosh. I can't get over that. I won't get over that.
Not embarrassing.
You don't embarrass me.
Someone needs to compile all the times Nathan stood up to Dan. Oh, please do. Please do. That would be therapeutic. I know Dan is supposed to have an arc, and that's what this
I'm looking to top that.
that
this
edit
week.
was.
No, you won't. You want to know why? Because you're not tough enough inside.
Hey, you guys.
I'm happy, Mom. Dad loves me.
We can forgive Dan, but we cannot forget. We cannot forget.
You know what? This whole thing is just another chance for you to pick me apart and show me how much better you are. I almost killed myself for you. Drugs, Dad. I took drugs for you.
That is not usually what's said. I took drugs for you, parent. Somebody should try that. You know, some teenage kid that gets caught with something. I was doing these for you. His relationship with Jamie was adorable. He's a great character, even if you hate him. Oh. It's hard to see him in any sort of positive light. But I get it. I get it. There's a lot of context that I'm not seeing. Obviously with Jamie as well.
The kid gonna rock this place.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I do. Cause his mom got his back. And if she don't, I do. I promise.
Don't push me, bitch.
Is that an order? Captain, don't push me, bitch.
You can tell the pairing they wanted.
This is not a mistake.
How can you be sure? Because there is nobody that thinks this thing can work.
I do. I will always be there for you. I will always protect you.
So, that is for getting me fired. And that is for trying to sleep with my husband.
I think a lot of people compare Brooke and Nathan because they have similar growth. Interesting.
Oh, great. Can't wait to see how you taste.
Kelly Clarkson?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I do remember.
Maybe some very different.
I do remember a couple of those comments saying they wished Nathan and Brooke got a chance to explore it.
What's your idea of a perfect date?
Like I think they hooked up once,
Never done anything.
and then it just never progressed.
What?
Perfect.
Honestly, looking at this, Haley might be the most relatable character for the most people.
Are you telling lies or things that aren't true?
Okay, I deserve that, but about the other night...
Whatever, Luke. Explain to your friend Nikki.
That's just kind of what I've picked up on.
And then you were gone. All right, I showed up at that river court, and you never came. And that was it, just like that.
Hey,
Who's that girl he's always hanging out with?
It's quite the end game there. Nathan and Haley.
How could you cheat on me with my best friend? I am not pushing you away, Lucas. I am holding on for dear life, but I need you to need me back.
Oh my gosh, how many times has that been said? I need you to need me. Oh man, I feel like I've heard that multiple times in shows, movies.
I love you.
Brooke and Nathan hooked up once, but I do not think they'd be good for each other if they got together, to be honest. Weren't for the growth due to their people coming out of into their lives, that'd be pretty self-destructive. Yeah, honestly, I can see that. I can see that. The way they started was very self-destructive. Like, Dan was making Nathan into a literal monster. Well, Dan, part 2. And Brooke was just kind of lost in the sauce, if you will. Kind of what I gathered from the first couple episodes. The reaction of the green shirt. There is such a thing as a bit of overacting, and I think that would be the case. They probably said you need to get down and out of the way of the kid so we can see him. So he's just like,
He had me do all kinds of things to him that he said you would never.
Good slap, though.
well. Well, damn.
You missed again.
A high schooler with a Lincoln Navigator is wild. Wild. Those start at like, what, 90,000 US dollars? They're pretty high up there if you get any sort of level of trim or anything like that.
If he would spend one real second with you, he would know that you're the most caring, most loving, most amazing person in the world.
I found a stillness.
If they got together after a character development, that might have been interesting. But that only happened because Haley came into Nathan's life and Brooke got other people. Yeah, it's true. That would have been a weird end game because it would have been like,
Such a nerd in high school.
hey, thanks for being a stepping stone to Brooke.
Nerd.
Whatever. You don't know what you'd do without me.
And at that point, I don't know. That would completely gut Haley as a character, I guess, because she would just be literally seen as the stepping stone that like made him human.
I love you, Bailey. And it scares me a little bit, but there it is.
When you know, you know. When you know, you know. It kinda makes me laugh. Running down that path when you're good as gold. 'Cause when you know, you know.
It's my favorite man. Who's your favorite girl?
Well, isn't that adorable?
That's all you got?
Just read the book and forget about Professor What's-His-Face.
Kill him.
Who?
Kill him.
Who?
Who? What are you, an owl? Wolf of Wall Street. Shout out Wolf of Wall Street. Great movie.
And put some clothes on. Jamie's home. If he sees you topless, he's gonna be scarred for life. I know I am.
Naomi's my number one ship of any TV show. Wow.
I screw up a lot.
Yeah, that would be weird. That would be weird. If it's your number one, that would be odd.
I want to be somebody who's good enough to be seen with you.
Oh no. Oh no. Jamie was such a great addition to the show. Everyone had an adorable relationship with him. Nice. Kind of adds like this wholesomeness to it. I mean, obviously at that point, Nathan and Haley were well on their way, but even they had their ups and downs, so it was kind of like a constant maybe. Just like even in the heavy episodes, you got Jamie there to kind of loosen it up.
Just can't finish his second book and he's poor.
I'm sorry you're poor, Uncle Lucas. Don't you hesitate. Put your record on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead and your head down. Ooh, sapphire and faded jeans. I hope you get the just go ahead.
I'm sorry you're poor, Uncle Lucas.
You know, for most of my life, I would have gone through all this alone. But then I met you, and I finally found someone I could depend on when life got like this.
Don't do that. Don't make me cry because I'm barely holding it together as it is.
Even if I wanted to be James's godmother.
Okay, that's gonna do it. Haley.
Everything to me. Close over for us. And I wonder, can I notice for David?
Londish, kind of a loner. Cheats on his girlfriend with skinny blonde bitches. You know, I tell you two to get a room, then you've already done that.
Damn. That's a good one. That's a good one.
You spiked the punch? Dude, my wife's pregnant, you idiot. What are you doing? What's in your pocket? What's in your pocket?
Hey, okay, stop pointing the gun at her, all right?
Pissing your life away over some girl.
Some girl? She's my wife, Dad.
Really? Well, someone may want to tell her that.
Oh. Oh, dang.
Oh, well, good news for you, bad news for you.
I told him not to.
You better back off, Kelly. Haley told me what you said to her.
Nate.
We're married now, Mom. And you and Dad can flip out all you want, but it's done. Nobody cares what you think.
Whoa. Oh my god, the parallels between that and the OC are hilarious.
Someone to kill.
I mean, we're so far away from who we used to be. Why even fight for it?
Because I love you. You were the best, but you were the worst. As sick as it sounds, a lot.
I love you.
First I was a dick, it is what it is.
I need to see like how many clips of Nathan defying Dan to his face there are. Because it's got to be good.
Just have to have one face. Joyriding down our road, lay on the horn to prove that it haunts me.
Always a prep.
Yeah, absolutely. That was such a good idea, by the way.
How could you pass me in the hallway at school and not say a word?
I didn't even know if you'd be in school. You're not wearing your ring.
Make it about me. I love
It's a pretty dark place back then, but I never stopped believing in us.
Well, you want to be the one I'll always know when I'm losing my
Season 2 and 3, Haley.
city spins around. You're the only one who knows the slow.
Oh, nailing. Yeah. Hey, it's a roller coaster ride. They can't be perfect till the end. You got to give them some drama, some adversity to overcome. Awesome. Very, very good. That disapproving look from Haley. That thumbnail. Link down below in the video description for the original video. Go throw it some much-deserved love, and also check out their channel. They might have other videos that might interest you, and maybe you want to request them. Potentially you do. 5 Taylor songs. We're off to a hot start. Let's see if we get any more today. I'll throw the link in there for those of you watching live so you can check it out. There you are. All right, let's bring up some information. We actually have some breaking news, like an exclusive, to go over, which is very cool. She's manning the helm. Supernatural's Jensen Ackles gives massive update on One Tree Hill Revival. This is an exclusive to Collider, apparently. Published June 24th, so just a couple days ago. Fans haven't had an update in a hot minute for the upcoming revival of the 2000 teen drama One Tree Hill. News broke of the sequel last year, with Hilary Burton Morgan, Sophia Bush, and Danielle Ackles slated to not only serve on the crew behind the scenes in major ways, but also reprise their roles. After delighting fans everywhere that they'd get to see Peyton Sawyer, Brooke Davis on screen together for the first time since season 6, there hasn't been much more news. Now there's a slight peek behind the curtains thanks to the very famous husband, Jensen Ackles. During a lengthy profile interview, Supernatural actor talked with Collider's Tanya about the upcoming revival of the WB series, since both he and his wife serve as executive producers on the project. Ackles will still providing an update deferred ultimately to his wife, of course. He's not going to just go out there and just start spilling secrets. The quote is this: "That's a better question for my wife. Danielle and Sophia and Hillary are moving quickly. I've had to kind of step back and just focus on what I'm doing. She's manning the helm with that. I'm certainly on all the emails and keeping up with the progress, but it's moving quickly. I think everybody's hoping to be camera this year." Boom. That is a big, big, big statement. So he didn't say much, but he said enough. He didn't say a lot, but he said enough. You can read it there. It's moving quickly, and everybody's hoping to be on camera this year. There you go. Things are moving. Talks are being had. Still don't know quite what I think about this, to be honest. I guess I'll say my opinions. Yeah, that's true. You never quite know with the reboot, sequel, whatever. what is it going to look like? Is it going to feel the same? It's a different time. How are they going to make it? You know, is it going to just look like modern kind of interpretation of it? Or is it going to have the same feel, same relationships, whatever? Like it's very tough. It's very tough. I know everybody was excited for I think it was Girl Meets World, kind of like the sequel-ish to, or like the reiteration, the reboot, I guess it's called, of Boy Meets World, but it just didn't quite feel the same. I gave it a couple episodes, just kind of, nostalgia's sake, and I came away going, the original's better. Like it just doesn't have that feel to it, like those big moments, big emotional moments. I was craving those. Those were such a big part of the original show. So it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I think if you're a fan of One Tree Hill, you should be at least cautiously optimistic. You should at least have a little optimism there, because, the people that were mainly involved, or certainly some of the big actors, are in it. So that is a good thing. Obviously, it ultimately comes down to who else will be in it. Will the other stars reprise their roles? Who's going to direct these things? Who's going to screenwrite it? What direction are they going to take it even? Like, how is this going to play out? Very interesting. Seems like half the cast won't even be there, which would be fine if it was a proper reboot with a new cast, but only having 2 or 3 back is just weird to me. That is kind of strange. It would very much feel like, I don't know, One Tree Hill, but like, kind of. Be like One Tree Hill spinoff, if you will. I'm also a biased Naley fan, so maybe I'm talking through the lens. Yeah, maybe. Well, I think everybody's expecting or hoping the rest of them will join up. Because if we're being brutally honest here, and we're being very brutally honest, what else do they have? What else do they have right now? Is there anybody in that cast, the main cast, that's doing something so big they're going to have time conflicts and they just can't do it because they're under contract? I don't think so. That is my gut reaction. I have no information to prove otherwise. I feel like they'll find the time. They will find the time. It's going to come down to numbers, how much money, how long is this going to take, that kind of thing. I think that's all it's going to take. How much press do you want us to do, like the contract negotiation stuff? Honestly, don't know. I don't really keep up with it. Yeah, I'm assuming it's mostly contracts at this point. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm assuming if they're hoping to be on camera this year, I'm assuming the scripts are done. If everybody's hoping to be on camera, that tells me the scripts are done, or at least pretty much done. Because I'm assuming if it wasn't even written, they would not be hoping to get on camera this year. Maybe they're close to being done. Hillary Burton Morgan wants her husband to cameo in the reboot. She's married to Jeffrey Dean Morgan? I feel like I knew that, but every time I hear it, it's surprising. Well, the casting news beyond Burton, Bush, and Ackles is still fairly quiet. There's one name that Burton Morgan wants to put on the call sheet at least once, her husband, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Obviously, he played Negan in Walking Dead. And for the true fans of Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he played, what was his character's name in Magic City? It was a Starz show that lasted like 2 seasons. I thought it was fantastic. It was great. And unfortunately, it was canceled kind of fast. But it was very cool. Very cool show. That's how I first got introduced to him. I think he went from that show to The Walking Dead, like right after it. I thought you knew that. Honestly, when I saw Morgan, I'm like, Jeffrey Dean Morgan? That's not surprising. She would want him in one episode or like somewhere in it. He replied, I could be the dude that runs the diner. Morgan has his 2000s WB dramas mixed up, instead thinking of Gilmore Girls. That's a different story, Jeff. She said. Morgan recovered spectacularly and doubled down. Well, everybody has to eat. The Hill has to have a diner. That's so funny. That's very funny. Well, I think this quote is, look, if you're looking for it or at least want to give it a chance, I think that quote from Jensen is huge. Huge, for sure. Oh, no, I know that. I know Jensen. I know Jensen. Yeah, if you're looking for any sort of positive news on the reboot or whatever they're going to call it, I would say that's good news. 10 scenes that made One Tree Hill fans quit the show and never look back. Quit the show? Dang. Ran for 9 seasons. All right, let's start. Number 10, the end of Brooke and Lucas. And good news for people who love bad news. Was the end for some fans. So they really wanted Brucus. Season 3. Boy, that's a quick way to leave the show. Just 3 seasons and you're done. One Tree Hill pulled out all the stops. Someone was pregnant. And the lives of Nathan, Rachel, and Cooper hung in the balance as Led Zeppelin's Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You played over the episode's final moments. Lucas and Brooke also broke up after a massive fight. Season 4 opened with Lucas determined to win her back, but the 3rd episode put an end to his courtship once and for all. Hardline shippers. How funny would that be if that was the name of a shipping company, like an international shipping company? Hardline shipper. Of either Brooke and Lucas or Peyton and Lucas. For those who wanted the former, Lucas walking up to Brooke and saying, I'm not the guy for you, Brooke Davis, was the end for them. The line was a callback to season 3 when Lucas confidently walked up to Brooke and declared his intentions to win her heart, bookending their will they, won't they romance with the iconic quote. Sad songs for dirty lovers unnecessarily butchered Brooke and Nathan's characters. Nathan throws a party at the beach house to help deplete his mom's liquor cabinet ahead of her returning home from rehab. Boy, that's an interesting sentence. Brooke and Peyton are trying to mend their friendship following Brooke's breakup with Lucas, but a intimate tape surfaces at the party and blows up their relationship. Well, I assume it would. Inserting a past dalliance. I feel like you have to say dalliance. Between Nathan and Brooke in the show's history was an unnecessary hit for their characters. Brooke is instantly transformed into a hypocrite, making her past behavior and the way she treated Lucas and Peyton needlessly loathsome. Nathan, who is established as a jerk pre-Haley, becomes even worse, and all for a story that ultimately goes nowhere. Number 8, Lindsay's presence felt forced and contrived. It was the last straw for some viewers. Season 5 jumps 4 years, 6 months, and 2 days into the future, very specific. Brooke is running a fashion empire, Peyton is working at a record label, Nathan is stuck in a wheelchair, Haley's a teacher, and Lucas is a best-selling author, struggling to write his next book. Enter Lindsay, Lucas's editor girlfriend, heyo, and Haley's new BFF. Lindsay was shoehorned into the story as an obstacle to Peyton and Lucas's romance. Her relationships with the other characters felt forced, and her character was only there to serve Luke. This is literally an article of hot takes. That's literally what this article is. It's just hot take after hot take after hot take. Lindsay deserved better than being another girl Lucas used to hide from his feelings for Peyton. Running to Stand Still, the episode title, was pointless drama for the sake of drama for Nathan and Haley. Season 5 was rough for fans of Naley. It starts with Nathan stuck in a wheelchair, bitter and angry about losing his contract, NBA contract. When Haley threatens to leave him, he gets his act together. The couple was just starting to come out of the darkness when Nanny Carey jumped in the shower with Nathan. Heyo. Wow. That's a very thorough nanny. When Nanny Carey first wrapped her arms around Nathan, he thought it was Haley. As soon as a delusional stalker spoke, Nathan immediately tried to throw her out of the shower. Haley walked in just as Nathan was escorting her out of the bathroom, promptly threw them both out of the house. Nathan returns later to talk to Haley, but when Jamie nearly drowns, Haley irrationally blames Nathan and asks for a divorce. It was enough to make fans rage quit the series. If you're a fan of Naley, I don't think that's going to be enough to make you rage quit. I really don't. Because it's not the end. You don't know it's the end. This is a TV drama. That could just be washed away in like 2 episodes. They had 2 seasons of them being in love before this, so, okay. Rachel's character assassination fully takes shape in You're Gonna Need Someone on Your Side. In Season 4, Rachel went from a selfish mean girl to a caring and loyal friend. In Season 3, Rachel was there to cause chaos and act as a foil to Brooke, but Rachel grows into a true friend to Brooke and Mouth. Character assassination started near the end of the season when Rachel inexplicably ditched Mouth in the middle of their road trip, but Season 5 took it too far. Undoing all of Rachel's evolution in Season 5 was infuriating for fans and invalidated her story in only 2 episodes. Rachel shows up as a former clothes over bros model, now addicted to drugs. Oh boy. She returns to Tree Hill with every intention of getting her life back, but after Victoria comes and disparages her, Rachel steals Brooke's money and disappears. And her story gets worse and more degrading. Oh no. Oh no. It was time for some drama. I hated it, but it had to happen. Yeah. You can't have them too comfortable, you know? You gotta throw these ships under the water every now and then. Hit some waves. Number 5, You've Dug Your Own Grave, Now Lie in It was the end of one of the worst storylines of the show. Fans had hoped that Nanny Carey was gone after her failed attempt to kidnap Jamie, but when Carey resurfaced in Season 6 as Dan's abductor, they felt the show crossed too far into melodramatic soap opera territory. Season 5 finale, Dan's hit by a car just as his heart transplant beeper went off. Season 6 opens with Dan waking up, strapped to a hospital bed as Nanny Carey's prisoner. Yeah, that's a little jump the shark. Goes Misery. Yeah, the movie Misery. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it's a crazy one. With Carey keeping Dan injured and restrained in her house, she tortures him with a hot fork, feeds him cockroaches. Okay, that's crazy. From the kidnapping to the torture, it was all unrealistic and soapy. Yeah, that's a bit soapy. That's a bit soapy. Season 5 was tough for those who love Naley, but it didn't make me want to stop watching. Yeah. I think that was most people's opinion, probably. It got crazy, but I don't know if it's crazy enough to not watch it. This storyline with Nanny Carey and Dan, this is crazy. This is jumping the shark stuff. For sure. The torture, the kidnapping, okay. Number 4, Millie is unforgivable. After Millicent discovers an inappropriate photo of Gigi on Mouth's phone, she storms out of the... I've never heard any of these names except Mouth. All right, news to me. She storms out of their apartment to Trick, where Millie attempts to drown her sorrows, convinced Mouth is cheating on her. Owen, who had gotten into the argument with Brooke earlier, isn't having the best day either. Owen sits down next to Millie and tells her he hasn't had a drink in 8 years, but that's about to change. Ooh. Instead of reacting like a decent person and discouraging Owen from breaking his sobriety of 8 years, Millie decides to drink with him and then sleep with him. What? Oh, no. Oh, no. What's up, Dudekin? Welcome in. Oh, my gosh. The whole story is made even worse by Mouth's problematic reaction, thinking Millie's... Oh, no. Oh, God. How did that get worse? Oh, we're just going to skip over that. That's terrible. That entire storyline is terrible. That might do it for a lot of people. Number 3, the loss of Lucas and Peyton in Remember Me as a Time of Day caused many fans to stop watching. This makes sense. Obviously, this makes sense. These are two very big characters leaving. Like this, if people were going to walk out of a show, this would be it. That should have been number 1. What's the first two? Yeah. Dramatic season 6 finale. Lucas and Peyton ride off together, leaving Tree Hill behind. I think I remember the ratings for this show dipping quite a bit in season, 7? So it's like timed perfectly for this. Providing a fairly satisfying conclusion to the series. Many fans stop at season 6 when they watch One Tree Hill, uninterested after Chad Michael Murray and Hilary Burton Morgan left. Without Lucas, the show loses its core premise. Without both the Scott brothers, it just isn't the same show. While plenty of fans stuck around, obviously, losing Lucas and Peyton was a huge loss. Viewers lose the Brooke-Peyton friendship and the Lucas-Nathan dynamic. To make matters worse, the finale also saw the exit of Sam, Brooke's foster daughter. All right, so what do you think is 2 and 1? Take a wild guess. What do you think is bigger than 2? Oh, is it the murder of Keith? Might be. I don't know about that. Maybe. I'm going to guess that. Although to me, it's probably not as big as... It shouldn't be as big as Lucas and Peyton leaving, I don't think. The soap opera end to a boring season was too much. Was it season 5? Tree Hill Gang heads to Utah for the premiere of Julian's film at a film festival. When they return home, Clay and Quinn are shot by Clay's stalkers. There's an escalation in an already redundant and absurd storyline. When scouting for talent, Clay spots a tennis player, Katie, who is a spitting image of his dead wife. This inspires Katie to become obsessed with Clay. What even is going on right now? After Katie threatened to end herself... Got to be careful of what I'm saying here. Clay talked her down and then had her sent to the psych. Who are these people? I don't know who these people are. With the third instance of a stalker, fans were left unengaged by the cliffhanger ending and unmotivated to tune in when the show returned. It didn't help that Clay and Quinn didn't have the best introductions in the first half of the show. Okay, I was way off. I was thinking of Death of Keith. Maybe it's number 1. I don't think it is. It really can't be. Yeah, there's no way. I mean, it definitely probably hit people pretty hard, but I don't think it's even remotely close. And it can't be the intimacy tape, the intimate tape, if you will. It's not that. Gosh, what could this be? All right, 3, 2, 1. What is it? The thing that turned most fans off to One Tree Hill follows the last good episode of a lackluster season. Season 8. Okay, there you go. I can see how season 7 and 8 made people leave, yeah. But there's some plots that were so good, too, so I still rewatch those seasons for Naily mostly. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I guess there just wasn't enough there with Naily for people to really cling to. So if you were a Naily fan, you stuck around, obviously, but some of this other stuff might have been not interesting. Season 8 didn't have too many must-see episodes, the last of which was Brooke and Julian's wedding. Brooke, who watched Kick-Ass a few too many times, decides to make superhero outfits for herself, Haley, and Quinn. They attempt to stop some bullies in a silly and slightly absurd storyline. The episode itself wasn't much of the problem, as much as the season 8 wasn't very good. Following Brooke and Julian's wedding, there isn't a whole lot happening in the season to compel viewers to stick around, although already the storylines were starting to feel repetitive and unimaginative. With more stalking, Brooke losing her company again, Nathan making another career transition. With such a mediocre episode, some fans stopped watching and never tuned back in. Obviously, a lot of this is opinionated. None of this is based on ratings, apparently. I would include the ratings number to try to, prove a point, prove, facts. But, and some of this is quite a bit of hot takes here and there. But I guess you're right, Willow. Season 7 and 8 just wasn't. Maybe they were just getting desperate for other storylines, so people just completely tuned out, and that's why they're so high on the list. But it feels like this one should be much higher. Like way higher. Let's take a look at this. Let's see. I'm looking for... Okay, here we go. All right, where is season 6? This one's 6. Oh, actually, you know what? It didn't truly dip until 7 and 8. 7 and 8 is a big dip. So it went from 2.28 to 1.78. Yeah, that's kind of a good dip. And then it went down even more. It is a bit of a drop between 6 and 7, but it's not as big as I thought it was. It's still pretty big though. Boy, it almost looks like this one's the biggest drop. 4.3 to 3. Interesting. Well, that's kind of interesting. I thought it was a bigger drop after Lucas and Brooke or Peyton left. 4 times One Tree Hill cast looked back on over-the-top plot lines, which I think we just covered a bunch of them. Where is the story? Oh. Chris Keller, Tyler Hilton, who played Chris Keller, also shared that his character's musical chemistry with Lenz might have taken a different romantic direction had his scheduling allowed, even hinting at a potential storyline with Haley's sister. Cast real lives even influenced more than just the character relationships, with Bush and others speaking out about how personal events were scripted into the series, sometimes to the actor's discomfort. It's clear that the line between reality and fiction blurred frequently, making One Tree Hill a unique and sometimes tumultuous experience for its stars. Yeah, that's not surprising. From One Tree Hill to venture capital, Sophia Bush is making power moves. This was written this year, by the way. No matter what bucket you decide to explore, you will see the ways women get left behind. We ask people in powerful positions to take us through their first jobs, worst jobs, and everything in between. This month, we spoke to Sophia Bush, the actor and producer who first entered the zeitgeist when she starred as Brooke Davis, obviously of One Tree Hill. It's now been more than 20 years since the TV show premiered, but the fandom is still going strong. She hosts a podcast that's rewatching it. Drama Queens, former castmates. And a reboot is currently in development. People will be like, I grew up with that show, she told Elle.com. I'm like, I literally grew up on that show. That's wild. My worst job. Oh my God, I never want to work retail again. I did that in college. I worked at a very large department store and it was beautiful, but not being able to keep things organized and being so particular and wanting all the sizes to just be right and everything to be folded perfectly, it felt like you finish something, you turn around, you turn back, and it's a mess again. And you have to start over. It was torture for my brain. Yeah, that was probably because Naley was going through it in season 2 and people weren't liking that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if anybody here has worked retail, but yeah, I've heard some horror stories. I've worked customer service. Lord have mercy. You get to see the best of people and the absolute worst of people. It is an eye-opening experience. I actually believe, after leaving that job, I was, I guess, thankful for the experience, I suppose. It kept money coming in, but I left with the idea that I think everybody should work either retail or customer service at least at some point in their life. It is eye-opening. You get to see the best of people, the worst of people. It helps you deal with people that are being negative towards you and coming up with, ways to try to cool it off and mediate and all that stuff. Like, it is quite a learning experience. Now, is it something you should do for a long time? Probably not. Probably not. And if you're able to do it for a long time, you have my ever-dying respect. That is, my hat is off to you. Like, that is incredible because I could not handle it for very long. But yeah, I think everybody should at least go through that gauntlet at least once. And if you haven't, I guess consider yourself lucky. I guess consider yourself very lucky. How I realized I wanted to be an actor, it was really out of left field. I always wanted to be a heart surgeon. Well, that is a very different profession. When I was a senior in high school and told my parents I wanted to get a BFA in theater, they weren't thrilled. Understandably so. But I had started doing plays first as an arts requirement in junior high, and I loved the community of it. I realized that a play or film is essentially just a great book come to life. Good point. It's such a quick way to create empathy, community, curiosity, and once I really got into the nerdiness of it, the potential of storytelling, I couldn't let it go. I think because my dad's an artist in his own way, making it as an actor felt more plausible. There you go. All right. Best career advice Sophia Bush has ever received. Ask for what you're worth. That is a great piece of advice. Great piece of advice. If you haven't done this yet, you'll definitely have to do it at some point where somebody in HR or maybe it's your potential hiring director or whatever, they will ask you your salary requirements or your whatever, hourly requirements, I guess. And you got to come up with a number. And it's one of those situations where typically they don't give you a range. And you got to just pull a number out and throw it out there. And then they play off that. And of course, usually they're not going to go with your number. They're going to give you a lower number. So you want to be higher than your actual number, but not too high where it seems ridiculous and you put yourself out of the running. It is a ridiculous show. It is awful. It is truly awful. But you got to ask for... Okay, my tweak on this is ask for what you're worth plus a little extra. Because they're not going to give you what you ask for. Very rarely, right? So ask for what you're worth and a little bit more. Not crazy amount more, but just a little bit more. That is my advice on top of that advice. Worst career advice I'd ever received. That's just the way things are. Oh, gosh. Well, unfortunately, it's very hard to move people. It's very hard to move industry and people's attitudes and all that stuff. It is extremely difficult. It's done. It has been done. But you're got some work ahead of you. The dream job I haven't done yet. So many. I want to make a superhero movie. I want to write something. Also, I want to work with Cate Blanchett on anything. That is very specific. Very specific. Sophia does a lot of activism work. Nice. Very cool. My go-to email sign-off. I usually just do XX, and that's it. Quick and easy. Nobody needs the extra verbiage. I wish I could do that. My go-to workday lunch. If this counts, I'm on my third day of the same sub from Jersey Mike's. I do a number 7, no cheese, extra turkey. Well, there you go. Not bad. Not bad. I've had Jersey Mike's before. They're very filling. I will say that. They're extremely filling. How I refocus after a stressful day. Take a walk, 5 minutes. It's good advice. Honestly, that's good advice every day. My power outfit, I'm a suit person. Why revisiting One Tree Hill is healing. I think if you'd ask any of us years ago about doing a reboot, we would have been like, never. Then something happened once we started the podcast and we started to go back and walk these roads again. Everybody wanted to talk about where they think their characters would be and what they had been dreaming up on in all those years since. If we're able to bring all the good ideas of this enormous community to the screen again, I think it'll be amazing. From the inception of the podcast to having serious conversations, when the studio approached us about bringing the show back, we realized that we were going to reparent those younger versions of ourselves. We are getting to visit the young women who were scared and powerless and unsure and insecure. We get to heal ourselves. And should the show come to fruition, which honestly, from that Jensen quote, it sounds fairly like it is. It sounds fairly accurate. Hopefully give some younger people much better experiences than we had the first time around, which feels pretty special. That's great. They get to break the chain, if you will. The biggest career lessons I learned on One Tree Hill. Sophia Bush said, it taught me the importance of good communication and good leadership. And definitely changed the way I look at who I work with and who I work for. I'm sure it did. It also taught me a lot about power because as young women on that show, we didn't have any. Now I look for opportunities to create more equitable power in any room. So collective bargaining, frank conversations about salaries. If I get invited into a room, asking who I can bring with me. If you can begin to shift how you use your relative power and try to create more of it, workplaces get better. I know that's true for my best friend and partner, Nia Batts, and I working in venture capital. We spent 5 years angel investing alongside each other and realized there are not a lot of investors who look like us. When we invest in life sciences or biotech, we will often be the only investors who ask, for example, what applications drugs might have on ovarian cancer or some other women's health problem. Sometimes people are shocked because nobody's asked and will say, well, how many women have you met with? Interesting. Very interesting. When we start to look at the lack of power that many women have on the sets of Hollywood, when we start to look at the lack of medical research going to fund women's health, no matter what bucket you decide to explore, you will see the ways we get left behind. And if you follow the thread, it's usually because we're not in the decision-making seats where power is held. So as a producer, as an investor, as a friend, as a daughter, I constantly am trying to figure out how to create more power for all of us. Interesting. Very interesting. I had no idea she was an angel investor at all. So that's definitely a great article, great interview. And good news from it. The previous one. I think the reboot is happening. I really do. Seems like it's in its final kind of stages before they start really working on it, which is cool. Very, very cool. All right, let's move on to the next one. It is. Everywhere I look, people are saying that they're unsure about watching without the original cast. Personally, I'm not very interested in this One Tree Hill revival. I think all the main characters should return because without them, it just doesn't feel the same. Honestly, I totally agree with you. If everybody's not involved, or at least invited, I would even say at least invited. It probably won't feel the same. Regardless, I think it just won't feel the same just because it's not 2003 anymore. Like, things have changed. The world is different, etc. How they make shows, the look of it. I mean, we've talked about this before with the lighting of shows and movies is just not as good as it used to be. The cameras going all digital kind of creates this really ultra sharp image where movies of the past had kind of like a sheen on it that kind of created this barrier to reality. So it seemed less like it was filmed on an iPhone and more like it was meant for the TV or meant for the movie screen. And it just had that little barrier that kind of kept it, in the make-believe. It's a weird point, and I read it somewhere, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of agree with that. Things do look almost too clear in a way, where it just comes off as I'm just standing there watching these people talk, as opposed to I'm sitting in front of a device or TV or movie screen and I'm watching what's happening unfold. Like, it feels very different. It's almost like comparing old video games to like current video games, where you look at, potentially Grand Theft Auto 6 when it ever releases this century, versus the original Super Mario Brothers, where it's 2D scroller. It's a game. It looks like a game. It's got that barrier between it where it's not photorealistic. You're not gonna get it confused with, driving around. As opposed to, GTA 5, I'll use for an example, or Red Dead Redemption 2 or something like that, where you look at it and you're just like, wow, this is looking more and more realistic by the year. Like, they're getting crazy realistic with this, especially if you're any sort of PC gamer. Ray tracing and all that stuff, and the puddles look like actual puddles, and the light reflecting off water looks super realistic, and now you're getting like mirrored effects. Like, it is insane. So we're losing that kind of barrier between make-believe and reality, and it just kind of changes the whole feel of gaming. It changes the whole feel of movies, changes the whole feel of television. Just kind of interesting. Like, there's a clear difference, and you can tell between, One Tree Hill and how it looks, how it feels, and I don't know, what's a modern, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something like that. You can look at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and it looks realistic. It looks like you're standing there listening to people talk, as opposed to that kind of like grainy feel of these older shows where it's like, oh, okay, there's enough difference where it puts me a little bit away from it. I'm not part of it, kind of thing. I don't know. That's a whole rant and rave about it. It's going to feel different. It will. Regardless if the cast even returns, all of the cast, it's still going to feel different for sure. And you're not, also, personally, you're not in the same place you were in 2003. You're just not. So it will feel different. That's for sure. But will it be good? I don't know. It's up to you. That is up to you, and it's also up to the writers, I guess. All right, let's move on to the next one. It is Cisco and Caitlin Home, and this is from The Flash. So let's go ahead and bring that up and jump in. This is a quick one.
Hold on to me as we go. Let's go. As we roll down this unfamiliar road.
What's happening to me?
And although this way
I saw the both of us fighting. Look, whatever we find in here,
just know you're not alone.
we'll be right here with you.
Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
This is home.
Settle down.
You're my friend.
And you're my friend.
I'm going.
Don't pay no mind to the demons.
Look at me, he's not here. He's not here. Caitlin is out there. We need to find her.
How'd you find me? You wore this on the first day of Starlet.
In the beginning,
On shot
made me
first.
feel right at home.
I am Dr. Caitlin Snow. It's very nice to meet you.
Cisco Ramon, nice to meet you. He seems nice. Do you remember how I got stuck in the cryo boat my first day?
You would have had your way out of there. Because you are Cisco Ramon, genius engineer. We all knew you were a genius from day one.
Oh, that's sweet.
Supersonic punch, baby! Woo! Team Flash!
Team Flash.
I'm guessing we'll find more.
Be back, baby. You're finally back.
It's amazing how important
Are you
supporting
sure you don't
characters
have
and their relationships with each other
Oh, no.
are.
Call me home. You take that back.
Perfect.
That is a massive bowl of Swedish fish. I love Swedish fish. It's such a great candy.
There's two of us. You're my friend.
Crazy, right?
Are we in so much trouble?
You wanna dance? Ready for some karaoke?
My shift's over in an hour.
Girl, I got time. Whatever's in store for us, it can't change what we mean to each other.
We're gonna miss you so much.
Can't erase what's in our hearts.
Dang. Excellent, excellent edit. A lovely friendship. Beautiful. Obviously, they got very close towards the end, where you're literally crying that they're leaving. That's huge. Huge. Go ahead and throw a like on that link down below to the original video in the YouTube video description. Go ahead and throw it some love. Check out their channel as well. They might have other videos that might interest you. Maybe you want to request some as well. I'll throw that in the chat for those of you watching live. All right, let's go ahead and bring up some information on Cisco and Caitlin. I can't help it, but whenever I think of Cisco, I think of the Thong Song. I just was alive during that time, and it just is what it is, unfortunately. Or fortunately, if you love the song. Cisco Ramon. Oh, okay. We got the civilian. We got the mecha vibe. Nice, nice. Cisco to Dinah. Or Dina. I just love a good pop culture reference in a moment of crisis. Yeah. I'm sure you've heard about military humor and stuff like that. It's just enough to break the tension, break the high energy, break the, adrenaline dump and all that stuff. So it can get kind of interesting from what I hear. Nickname Vibe by Barry Allen, former metahuman and former mechanical engineering genius at Star Labs, also formerly serving as the prison guard to their makeshift prison, came from a Puerto Rican family, provides much needed comic relief around his stiff workplace. That's not surprising. Cisco is also a founding member of Team Flash, best friend of Barry Allen, Caitlin Snow, close friend of Iris, Joe West, and Ralph, and the late Harry Wells and H.R. Wells. Youngest son of Mr. Ramon and Mrs. Ramon. Cisco was affected by the particle accelerator, causing him to become a metahuman with the ability to manipulate the vibrational energy of reality, although he wasn't aware of his power until nearly 2 years had passed since the accident. Boy, imagine finding that out. After the team defeated Cicada, he decided to inject himself with the metahuman cure on his own invention, so he could live a normal life with Camilla. His powers were later restored by the Monitor during the Anti-Monitor crisis. However, he lost them again when the new multiverse was created. After the Anti-Monitor was defeated, Cisco began to study the inhabitants and places of Earth Prime that weren't part of Earth 1 in the original multiverse. He decided to temporarily leave Team Flash, hence that probably the ending scene we saw there, in order to explore Earth Prime. While he was away, Cisco gave his responsibilities to Harrison Nash Wells. After Cisco finished his travels of Earth Prime and gathered all the information they needed, he returned to help Team Flash in their wars against Black Hole and Eva McCullough. In order to restore Barry's powers, Cisco helped build a machine that would create an artificial speed force using the information from Nora's journal. Initially, he and Barry were unsuccessful. However, after an encounter with the clone of Godspeed, Cisco realized the missing element that they needed in order to successfully create an artificial speed force was in Atlantis. So he traveled there to get it. After he found the Atlian portal, he took it to Central City, and Team Flash were able to use it to get Iris out of the Mirrorverse. During the final battle against Eva, Cisco created a suit that replicated some of his former powers. When he helped Barry capture Kadabra, Kadabra reveals to him that he will eventually go by the nickname Mecha Vibe. That's a pretty cool name. I like it. I like it. Due to his fear of working at Star Labs with the next generation of heroes, while everyone else was changing and growing, Cisco decided to leave Central City with his girlfriend Camilla and became the next director of technology and science for Argus in Star City. Before he left Team Flash, Cisco passed his responsibilities onto Chester P. Runk. Then, of course, there's Caitlin Snow, which we definitely went over before, so we'll kind of skip over that. Killer Vibe is the het ship between Caitlin and Cisco from the fandom. It is fanon. They're really best friends, allies, former teammates. Also known as Vibe Frost, Frost Vibe, Snow Vibe. It's kind of a good name. It might be an energy drink or something. Tropes pair the smart ones, help the team with their scientific smarts. Definitely the nerds of the group, if you will. Opposites attract. Caitlin is serious. Cisco jokes around. Birds of a feather, both scientists, kind, sweet, eager to help people. Pair the smart ones, of course. Battle couple. After action patch up. Caitlin's the team's doctor and patches up everyone, including Cisco. Yeah, I could see that. I could absolutely see that. Let's see. Fans of the ship range from those enjoying their friendship to those wanting them to be in a romantic relationship, of course. Overall, the relationship is enjoyed by most fans of The Flash. They're the fourth most written relationship for Cisco and the second most written for Caitlin. And I'm assuming number one is Barry. That's just taking a guess, but I'm assuming number one is Barry. You know what's funny? Whenever I think of ships, I think of those people, and maybe you're one of those people. The people that are always like, why can't they just be friends? Why can't they just be friends? Why does everything have to be romantic? Which I totally understand. But hey, it's also fun to think about the other way, you know? Both Carlos Valdez, the actor, and Danielle Panabaker, the actor of Caitlin, love their characters' relationship and consider them brother and sister. Well, there you go. The actors think of them as brother and sister. So it's okay. You can escape into fiction. We get it. We get it. We understand it. The Flash, 5 best friendships and 5 worst. Best, Barry and Cisco. There you go. Bromance at its finest. Worst, Caitlin and Iris. I get that. I get that. We can kind of see why that one's a little tense. Best, Caitlin and Cisco, by the way. When it comes to close friendships, nothing beats out the dynamic these two have. Sorry, Barry. Caitlin and Cisco have a strong bond that outmatches pretty much any friendship on this list simply because of how much they have for each other. Cisco has always stuck out his neck for Caitlin, even when she became the unstable Killer Frost. And Caitlin has always been a good friend, listener, and shoulder to cry on for Cisco. Even in alternate universes, the two can't seem to be torn apart. And of course, we head on to Reddit, where they have a poll. Would Caitlin and Cisco be good together? 117 votes to yes, they'd be a great couple. 951 votes. No, they're good as friends, and they should stay that way. So very clearly, people are just happy with the friendship there. But, hey, there's 117 people that are like, no, they could have gone the distance. Which, who knows? Maybe they might have. This person said, I used to think so in the earlier seasons, but it's too hard to picture them now. Their friendship is just too iconic. Somebody said, ew, no, ew, gross, stop. Somebody said they should have stayed friends. Somebody said, I don't know. When I first started watching, I thought they would end up together like Fitz and Simmons for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But them being friends is fine, I guess. It's okay. Somebody said their friendship is as iconic as Caitlin and Barry. Just like the relationship of Caitlin and Barry. They are just two friends that care about each other with zero, and I mean zero, all caps, romantic chemistry. Their friendship is better than Barry and Caitlin. Wow. Okay. Even aside, some people would argue with Caitlin and Barry having zero romantic chemistry. I can see that happening in the comments. Even aside from the fact that Caitlin and Cisco have only ever had a buddy friend chemistry, I love Gypsy and I adore Camilla, so I'm happy Cisco is with her. Or Cynthia, I guess. Never got that energy or chemistry with them. Instead, they're far more like friendship goals and the staple of that bond in the show. The ship for them being a couple has sailed. Wow. People who said yes, just be quiet. Caitlin belongs with Barry and Cisco needs to revive Cynthia. Okay, wow. We got a Cynthia. We got a Caitlin and Barry. Caitlin and Barry, I get it. Yes, but Caitlin and Barry would make a much better couple. Boy, Iris getting no respect. No respect in this. None. No, they don't fit. No. I think my favorite one is, ew, no. Ew, no. Gross. Stop it. Why would you? Don't go there. All right, let's move on to the next one. We got Arasha unhinged moments because she's one of the craziest people at Smosh. So we are skipping to Smosh, and let's go ahead and jump in. Obviously, in the last stream, we just watched and reacted to the greatest liar Smosh has. I think we can say that definitively. The months of pranking Angela and Amanda that she was getting engaged, or she was engaged, and she wasn't. Like, that's pretty brutal. That is absolutely. I love how Amanda's like, we talked about your wedding venue for 20 minutes this morning. Like this morning, as soon as she revealed it. That is so funny. So funny. Oh my gosh. Arasha unhinged moments. Here we go.
I feel like I want to do the dog.
The dog
over
was
the
fun.
chicken. The dog's got good flipping vibes right now.
Spencer wants to be the
Oh,
Oh.
so bad.
What's going on over there, you girls?
Just rubbing one.
Oh God.
Starting off strong.
This is Team Pink, we're Team Stink.
I feel like I haven't been on a team.
No!
So one in the stick.
Feet.
One in the stink.
No.
Sorry.
No.
That's one in the pink.
Two in the
Sticky feet.
My fave.
We're gonna do the big stack. I got Angela with the 3 in the pink.
That's 4 12s out of the way already. So that's
I busted all over the
so
table.
that's
Oh no.
that's gross.
And I'll do it every
But
time.
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Hell yeah. Wait, were you just saying that pants alone are hot?
No.
No, they're
The
not.
card
You
just
missed
says
the
soccer.
Sorry, I had a headache for a second. Oh.
What?
Quick,
you
put your
explain?
finger in my butt.
Can you explain?
Okay, I'm just gauging interest.
Yeah.
You think it'll go just like that? You think it'll go just like that?
Hey, so I'm just gauging interest.
I'm just gauging interest here.
He's interested.
You
I'm
think,
just
you think
gauging
just going where you think it'll go?
Oh, my haters can watch.
Hey, I'm just gauging the interest.
All right, this is for you haters.
Oh my God.
Haters.
If the universe is listening, this is the time to help me win.
Oh my God.
Okay.
All right, she's got it balanced.
What's going on? You have to, we're ready.
Pee my pants.
Oh,
It
so
was
close.
That was crazy.
I'm literally crying.
Okay, that was attempt 1. It's okay.
I started thinking about all the haters.
I had so many haters.
The haters won.
Because you did get up there and you got stuck.
You got stuck, bro. They can't
Can't
stop
bring you
me.
down, no.
They can't stop me.
Also, it's an orthodontist.
Have you ever gotten your braces tightened?
Yes.
It's great for your throat.
What?
Okay, I'm going with my gut.
Getting your braces tightened? Terrible.
You want a poop pick later, don't you?
You guys! You said that to a room full of colleagues.
I think I said that to our CEO, actually.
Is there an HR department at Smosh?
Shake my middle finger.
Oh.
That was so gentle. I got that this person I think has baby hands.
In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow.
1.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Everybody losing it.
God,
wow, this person has some, I think they have anger issues or they have something that they need to tell me verbally, but they don't know how to. So they took it out physically.
You asked me into your hole and you didn't even come.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow. Unfortunately, they are 6 years old.
Men
I don't
like
even know the
toddlers.
context there, but wow.
Is I hope the random.
Let's
Otherwise,
Gotta be the random.
you're gonna notice a really interesting jump cut in this video with one less person.
That is not very La Vida Loca.
I was like, that was
You get
great,
one a
right?
day and that was it.
That was great, right?
Oh no. Oh no.
So the rando guys.
Oh dear.
If it isn't, I'm gonna be so upset.
Please zoom in. No hand tears. We're 2 minutes in. We're 2 minutes in.
Let's ride.
Let's get down.
Let's get down.
Types of chores.
Chores, baby. All right.
Taking out the trash.
Doing the dishes.
Sweeping.
Mopping.
Cleaning the fridge. Cleaning the bathroom.
Dusting.
What?
Cleaning the windows.
Folding laundry. Putting away laundry. Washing the trash can.
Making your bed.
Washing the trash can.
Yeah, you have to wash it sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
have to.
You do sometimes.
Goes there.
Washing like rags and shit. That's laundry.
No.
It's not.
Hand washing things is what she meant.
Fine, air drying the laundry. Dusting. We said dusting.
I said dusting.
You're on the same team. You're talking to your plants to make sure they're happy. That's not a chore.
Wiping leaves. In hippie households, it is. Organizing the DVDs.
Cleaning the floor.
Blowing the driveway.
What? Lawn mowing.
Driveway.
Cleaning suds out.
Emptying the Roomba bin.
Cleaning the pool.
The
Making the
Roomba.
bed. Taking out the bugs out of the...
out of the trash can.
That's washing the trash can. Cleaning the cat shit.
Clearing the drains because you clogged it up with too much asparagus.
Cleaning your mom's car.
Unclogging the toilet. Cleaning out the
Taking out the snow out of the driveway.
Taking out the moldy cheese that your roommate left in there.
Cleaning your dad's car. It's bigger.
Fluffing the pillows because they need to be cozy and comfy and they need to be good to
Oh.
sleep in so that you have a good night's rest.
Where is the rep?
No.
Where is the rep?
The rule. There's no ref. No, the rule was to say the fucking thing and press it. Who knew that Tilton Show would break me?
All right.
Oh, hey, Mama. Is that you?
No way.
It's me, turd.
Oh, we're failing.
Because we're all
Getting
hard.
the
There's no, it's the game board flaw.
It's not the
It's the game board flaw. It's not us.
flaw.
It's the game board
not the
flaw.
game board,
It's the
Rasha.
game board flaw.
Okay, let's ride.
They moved 2 moves to start. Did anybody else catch that? They did 2 moves at the beginning and nobody stopped it. No, I didn't do that. That's what I did.
They did 2 moves.
They did 2 moves to start.
Two
No,
moves.
we didn't.
We have the footage.
No.
Play the 2 moves.
Moo.
Oink.
Moo.
Oh, they did.
No, she didn't say moo.
She started with moves.
I'd be like,
No.
moo.
Yeah,
and
and
she
I
went
said
moo.
So what's ma?
A sheep.
What? There was a sheep later.
The sheep goes
No,
moo.
there wasn't.
I bod.
That's a baby sheep.
What that was?
That's a goat.
That's a goat.
You think a
me out
goat
of
is a
this.
baby sheep?
Lamb out of it.
I'm so sorry that you think there's only one kind of moo.
I know.
How sad for cows everywhere. To box them in like that.
You're
It's
right.
only ages.
You're right. I should go.
Big scary men
You're
could
right.
show up
I
at
need
your
to
door at
leave.
any
Bye-bye.
point and say $99
Or
billion.
women.
Well, I wouldn't be as scared of the women.
Wow. No. We can't do this. Not here.
Big
Not on
scary
this
men at my
pod.
door are scaring me more than big scary women.
What? Big scary woman would make me shit my pants.
No, I would feel a little
When-
nurtured by the big scary women.
Nurtured?
When Helga shows up with her ponytails, 7'5"
Helga.
Helga.
I'm gonna jump into
A
her
German-
arms and she'll carry me to the government.
Oh, God. You are what's
She
wrong
shows up,
with
she's like, I
America.
heard what you said.
We're gonna do an experiment on this. We're gonna hire 2 big scary men. We're gonna hire 2 big scary women, and we're gonna attack somebody in the cast.
What
And we're gonna see
No.
who they're more scared of.
This plot is crazy. You're going to attack someone in the cast.
Leave in the comments below who should
We're
be
gonna-
attacked.
Oh my god.
Hey, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you?
Hi, yes. Can I get a quarter pounder and 10?
Sorry, you want a what?
Oh, can I get a quarter pounder and 10 McNuggets?
Sorry, you want to do what to me?
Oh, you know what? I'll just get a Big Mac and 10.
Hold on. You want what in me?
Wait, what? No, I just want a Big Mac. I just 10 McNuggets, a large fries.
Oh, wait. You want to take me where?
No, ma'am. I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. Can I just please? I need a
I
Big
am
Mac.
hungry.
No. Okay, what window do I pull to?
Oh, pull up to window 2.
If they nail it, good. If they don't, they get freaking pegged.
Give me a beat.
Oh, please, Russia, don't be lame.
That was unhinged.
Stop. You have to stop that.
Boom, cat.
This is actually embarrassing.
Yeah.
We have a guest. Russia, stop. Don't do
We're
this.
here on Smosh Games. I am not lame.
Kind of are.
Nope.
Honestly, I'm impressed.
Don't give her that.
Give her that.
I will literally talk about it for the next year. The next year.
He's impressed.
I have a dirty joke.
No. Is it taking it back?
That's
I said love.
not.
Oh, I
That'd be
guess.
so sick if that was on there.
If Damon's like, so close.
It's not something you hold.
Okay, it's an idea that you cannot hold, and it's not love.
But it's positive.
But it's positive.
Oh, it's not love. It's not love. It's not.
Is it used in work environments?
It's a verb and a noun.
It is a verb and a noun.
Doesn't.
Okay, hold on. I might have to be laying down, so we'll see if it comes out. Okay. Wait, I'm getting there.
No,
I'm gonna
that's
play hot
really
cross
good.
buns. Here I come.
That was
Here I come.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Mary had a little
Bird
lamb.
to come in and like feed her worms.
It can be better. It can be better.
No, I was about to say like giving hamsters CPR.
Okay, give me one more chance. Mary had a little lamb.
This is crazy.
Mary had a
This
little
is
lamb.
crazy.
Okay. Mary. Okay.
Did you have to remember it?
I'm not from America.
What?
Who's the most American person here?
Oh, this is a bit topical.
Jerk rub.
Jerk rub, jerk powder, jerk
Been there, am I
seasoning.
right?
Me and the boys are going out for a dry rub later.
Yeah, I'm going out with this guy. Not really sure what happens, but later might do a jerk rub. We bust this guy with a jerk rub.
Knowing the show, we might be really upset by what we find. I'm so sorry.
How did Courtney keep a straight face through that?
Thank you. I mean, like, do we have the photo so that, you know, we could maybe just, like, put our input in?
Yeah, Shane.
Could we maybe just, like, see it?
I'm looking at it. It's good.
No, show it.
You can't just save the tip for yourself, bro.
Share the tip.
Hashtag share the tip.
I can't go full. Damn, girl. It's date night, and you just impressed me.
Yeah, what's that?
Care to add anything?
Nah, man, they're old. They're gonna have what's coming to them.
Oh, jeez.
As we all will. Do you think he made her come multiple times with his first time having sex?
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. Stomach ache.
Stomach ache. Stomach ache.
It's whatever. That was weird.
Let's just return back to the sound game, because that's what we're paid here to be for.
Angela didn't like her picture. Spencer chose
I didn't want.
And he's sitting right there.
Amanda.
I am gonna take my shirt off.
My book.
I'm Selena Gomez's first.
I'm sitting here thinking of the kinky nipple.
What?
Wait. I got confused by Dick Rowe.
Dick Rowe that's a very
You didn't
60s.
get confused, you got distracted.
That's a very 60s manager
I
name.
couldn't see.
Rasha was thinking about.
I just wanted to see Dick Rowe. Do you want to pour that on my titties?
Absolutely
Excuse
not.
me? Wait a minute.
Absolutely not.
Say that again.
Do you want to
Say
pour
what?
barbecue sauce on my titties?
Titties.
Yellow one.
Just freaking killed that.
Oh Barbecue chicken breast.
Yellow one.
Like you wouldn't have done that yourself.
Want like a tissue or something for it? Show the camera.
It's a tiny little guy.
Dude, if
we
I
have,
can
like,
get
a
rid of
2-second
5 of my
funeral
cards, I'll eat it. $20.
$20 for me to eat this?
Don't.
Do it. Do it. I'm kidding. Oh. I'm kidding.
Should I?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No. Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely. No
Don't.
doubt in my mind.
For 20?
Yeah,
going
20.
on here?
Go.
I think
go.
I would have done it.
I've
Easy.
eaten like really gross stuff
Yeah,
for
me too.
$20.
We were on a show called Eat It or Eat It, bitch. We didn't get paid shit for that.
Will I die?
No.
Can I think about it?
I'm not letting you.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
That
if you
is so
okay,
lame.
I was gonna do it. I was about to do it.
No, not baby.
That's gas
Around
money.
2012, you'd call your romantic partner your Arasha.
Despacito?
What? What do we win? Arasha wants to know.
What do you think we win?
Honey, baby, Despacito.
I was like running out of here earlier this week, and I grabbed lunch and like left and took it so that I could eat it in my car. And I had couscous on my plate, and I forgot to grab a fork. So I was driving, and I was going,
Oh God,
and
no.
licking up the couscous, and I was like,
Crazy Russia.
I need
Also,
up the
couscous.
And she
Also,
didn't have
while
that.
driving.
Yeah.
That's
She
the
was
point.
driving like this,
While driving.
And the car's going like.
Like covering your vision with a plate.
Whenever I was stopped. Stop, couscous. Okay, let me know if you guys think this one's too easy.
Okay.
Would you rather have sex with your partner's twin or have sex with your own clone?
Oh, interesting.
Partner's twin.
Right.
Arasha.
No, right. That's what I thought. I thought that was so easy.
Oh, you're gonna say
That's what I
twin.
would say too.
You're both gonna say
No, having sex with your own clone is weird. Like, why would I do that?
Have you seen really big balls?
Okay.
Really big horse
Have
balls.
you seen really big
Guys,
balls?
You went back to balls. It wasn't even the filthy question.
It was real.
And have you seen a horse? You're talking about horse balls. Have you seen a horse?
It doesn't matter because the balls are covering them up.
What?
No, they're not.
Oh.
Guys.
Let me show you my horse. Would you rather have sex with a circus clown or have sex with a circus clown watching? He'd have.
By the way, I love how Chance is like, guys, it wasn't even a dirty question, and then immediately makes it dirty.
He'd have that rubber ready
So
though.
right.
All right. Well,
Clown is
I'm gonna have
watching.
sex with the circus clown. I think he'd teach me some stuff.
Wow.
Whoa. You You're gonna have to get through those big pants.
Well, hopefully the big pants match the drapes.
No, they.
What the hell?
It means I hope he has a big package underneath it. If you want me to say it, I hope he has a big clown. Would you rather have free flights for life, but you always sit in the last row of coach, or free gas for life, but your car is an ice cream truck?
Oh my gosh. Last row of coach is bad because number one, it's coach. And number two, you're back there by the bathroom. I guess maybe if you have to use it a lot, it wouldn't be that bad. But if you were back there, you would smell everything. Now, I have seen flight attendants go back there every once in a while and like do something like clean, maybe even spray stuff, but it would still be pretty brutal. Free gas, but your car is an ice cream truck. The problem with that is people would just walk up to you and like expect you to give them ice cream, which is terrifying to think of. Oh, that's such a tough one. I would say free flights. Honestly, I'd just live with it. I would put up with the fact that I'm going to be smelling some smells and fly everywhere. Everywhere I want to go.
What the hell?
It's gotta be
Free flights?
Free flights.
Yeah.
Flights. The ice cream
100%.
truck. That thing drives 20 miles an hour. That sucks.
Coach.
Yeah, but you're.
No. I want to be Bigfoot's secret buddy.
100 grand.
I want to be his secret buddy because I think that'd be really fun to have that secret.
Yeah, maybe he'll show you like cool spots in the mountain.
No, he can't do anything for me except.
What?
Me?
Oh my God.
Except motorboat me.
You would die if he motorboated you, honey. He motorboats you and Rasha goes, ah! You know what I'm worried about? Bigfoot motorboating you, because I think that you actually might get like pushed off a mountain.
And what if I'm into that?
Whoa.
Okay. You fly, you go, I dare!
Comes out.
It's right here.
No way. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, some of these cars are crazy.
Absolutely. I'm gonna pee on all of you. Sorry, cut that. Curb stomp. Free massages for life or free haircuts for life?
Massages, 100%.
Massages.
I'll let my hair go wild.
I have free haircuts for like Raven cuts my hair.
Yeah, I cut my hair.
My mom's a hairstylist.
Okay,
so I
well,
got the free
sounds
haircut.
like you guys are having a good time.
Does the haircuts include color and treatments?
No,
No.
just a cut.
Free massage.
Just like the massages
what?
don't include a happy
other one.
ending.
Free massages?
Sorry.
Free
We're
massages? 100%. Hello?
Yeah. Cut that. Either have to breastfeed until you're 80.
Oh my gosh.
Or feel like you're giving birth every time you go to the bathroom.
Trevor, bring us home with the
God.
I'm looking, man.
Bang.
Oh God.
Oh, I've got good ones.
We're not allowed to look for
I've got really good ones though. Not simple enough?
See ya.
Bye.
Those were very, very unhinged. Very unhinged. Throwing a like on that. That's crazy. Her comedy is just perfect for that. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Check out the channel as well. They might have other videos that might interest you. Maybe you want to request one to be on stream. Oh my gosh. One of the top comments says, it's not until you see all these clips together that I realized that Arasha might potentially be the weirdest and wildest one of them all. She's just more quiet. Maybe. She doesn't have quite the force of Angela, but the off-the-cuff comments are wild. Wild. Let's go ahead and pull up some information on Arasha. Comedic duo Arasha and Lily Kratzley announced debut How I Met Your Massey show with Dynasty Typewriter. One night only. Friday, May 30th. Oh, so it just happened. Just happened. Online personality and Smosh star Arasha is teaming up with playwright and performer Lily Kratzley from ABCD, The Fairy Who Cried Gems, to produce their debut live streamed show on May 30th. So they took their show to a theater, which is super cool. Written by and starring the duo, this uncategorizable show takes audiences through the story of how they met, utilizing sketch comedy flashbacks. The pair are joined by a team of surprising guest stars. Wonder who was there. As they journey through this epic tale of South Asian sisterhood. Tickets on sale. The live show was $20 and live stream was $15. Not bad. I'm sure, you know what? I bet it's still, wonder if it's still available. Maybe not. I see Chance. It would make sense that they would have like backlog, wouldn't it? Interesting. Let's see here. Began their partnership in March of 2024 with a single sketch performance, Pan Chat, in the Scene Study sketch show at the Pack Theater. Following their success, they continued to write together and test material at various shows around LA, including South Asian AF at the Elysian Theater and UCB sketch Cage Match at the United Citizens Brigade. That is a comedy troupe, where they are the reigning first place champions. Wow. Features some of their fan favorite material with several new sketches to tell one unified narrative. Show is this sort of two-person, sort of autobiographical show, loosely parodies its namesake sitcom, How I Met Your Mother, of course. Rasha and Lily, in separate spaces, narrate to their future children the unexpected story of how their friendship formed. Story utilizes their signature high-brown comedy, that's funny, to challenge tired representations of Indian American women, combining theatrical traditions of sketch, stand-up comedy, and the narrative play with the live stream format. These two Desi girls dare to recategorize a typical variety show as they embark on an ambitious journey as co-performers, co-writers, co-producers for the very first time. It was a one night only on May 30th. Show will be formed without an intermission in a 192-seat theater and live streamed to a global ticketed audience. I'm sure you could find it somewhere, maybe, potentially. That's awesome. That's very cool. Very, very cool. American Indian actress in LA, California, studied individually designed interdisciplinary degree at Emerson College, where she combined the departments of performing arts, comedic arts, broadcast journalism, and film and television. Let's see. She was Charlotte in Charlotte's Web, February 2022. Theater performance, Hard Candy, as Linda, Bring Them Home, Charlotte's Web again. In the original was in 2014. Wow. Film, she was in The Hunt, The Bench, Fatherhood, Monet, Speech Therapy, Spirited, The Social Network, Atrophy, Hubie Halloween, Alita, Battle Angel. Nice. Very nice. So obviously Alita is a good one. I've seen that. I enjoyed it. She was a townsperson. Trick or Treater and Hubie Halloween, which was a Happy Madison production, a.k.a. Adam Sandler. Social Network, really. Television, she did some gala hosting for Evie Awards, Bollywood Dance Academy. Wow. Done a couple commercials, industrials, and of course some performing arts. Very cool. Emerson College, Bachelor of Arts, Performing Arts. Rasha, please never change. We love our lying queen. We love our lying queen. Gosh, that video was wild. Ian has such a lovely, handsome son. They did 2 moves, and nobody stopped it. As we literally just saw. This is what quality looks like. Inside you, there are 2 different Arashas. The calm, the demeanor, and then the They did 2 moves. Was scrolling LinkedIn when a wild Arasha appeared. Emerson College used her in a advertisement where independent minds express daring ideas. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. She booked. Top 10 influential Emerson College alumni. Our college educated. Also a Marvel star. Looking diabolical as always. Delightfully devilish. She's like, join LinkedIn and you too can join Smosh. I lied. Join Smosh and you can join Marvel. It's that easy. It's just quick transition. Oh my gosh. I wonder if they heard what she said about her liberal arts education in a recent Smosh video. Ooh. She mentioned she never studied in college because, quote, I went to a liberal arts school, which is supposed to be a good thing. Not a ringing endorsement. Obviously, it's a joke, clearly. That's awesome. That's very cool. That is very, very neat. And very funny, of course. Let's go ahead and go from the unhinged moments of Arasha to the show Chuck, which I can't remember if I've reacted to before. If I have, it's been years at this point. Nothing's coming to mind, so we'll obviously look into some information on the show, educate myself and yourself, and we'll check it out. So this is Casey and Sarah focused, entitled We Became Friends. This was posted, oh my gosh, 2012. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? I have no idea what this is going to be like. Literally none. It's a quick one. It's a quick hitter.
You can put the knife down. I'm not here to fight.
Starting with a knife fight.
What do you remember about me? It's past 5 years. We changed, you know. We became friends.
The broken clock is a comfort. It helps me sleep tonight. Maybe you can't stop tomorrow from stealing all my time. And I am here still waiting, though I still have my doubts. I am damaged at best, like you've already figured.
Good luck, Agent Walker.
I'm falling apart.
Sarah.
I'm barely
Ooh, use the first name.
with a broken heart that's still bleeding in the pain. There is healing.
My partner would rather shoot you in the face than let you get away.
Call me your partner. You want to stop me? You're gonna have to kill me.
No, I'm a partner, and it's not letting you go.
Mm.
I'm holding on. I'm holding on. I'm barely
Honestly, this is not even looking familiar.
the broken locks were a warning.
I thought I remembered the title of it,
Got
though.
inside my head. I tried my best to be guarded. I'm an open book instead. Broken lights on the freeway.
Don't.
Left me here alone. I may have lost my way now. Haven't forgotten my way home. I'm falling apart.
So many important scenes happen in graveyards.
With a broken heart that's still bleeding in the pain. There is healing in the name.
You see?
I find meaning. So
May you have a nice life, Walker. Take care of yourself, Walker.
How many times did he say goodbye to her?
Don't worry, Walker. I got your back.
Interesting. Very Damien. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Starting off with a knife fight. That's an interesting introduction. Very interesting. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. Also check out the channel. They might have posted other videos you might be into. So check it out. I will post that in the chat for those of you watching live. Let's go ahead and pull up some information on Chuck and find out what the heck is going on. It's an American action comedy spy drama television series. The series is about an average computer whiz next door named Chuck, played by Zachary Levi. Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. I do remember Zachary Levi in this show. Are we seeing commercials of it or something? I obviously don't remember the supporting cast because I never watched it, but I do remember seeing Zachary Levi as part of it. Now it makes sense. Who receives an encoded email from an old college friend now working for the CIA. The message embeds the only remaining copy of a software program containing the United States' greatest spy secrets into Chuck's brain. That's a heck of an email, leading the CIA and the NSA to assign him handlers and use him on top secret missions. Oh my gosh. That's wild. Opening theme song, instrumental version of Long Jacket by the band Cake. Great song. Definitely enjoy that song. As the second season finished, flagging ratings put Chuck in danger of cancellation, but fans mounted a successful campaign to encourage NBC to renew the show. Look at that. The fans having a say. That's great. The campaign was unique in that fans specifically targeted a sponsor of the show, Subway restaurant chain. Subway. Really? Leading to the chain striking a major sponsorship deal with NBC to help cover the costs of the third season. What? That is unbelievable. They didn't appeal to the network, which is literally trying to cancel it because it's not getting them the ratings they want. They went for the sponsor. Oh my gosh. That is so smart. And it kind of makes sense. It's a smart kind of show. Series renewal was uncertain in each subsequent season, of course. Fifth season was the last. Oh my gosh, they made it 5 seasons after it was supposed to be canceled before the third. That is so awesome. They got 3 extra seasons because they went after the sponsor. That's so funny. That's great. That is truly great. It ended with a 2-hour finale. That's a great way to end it too. Tie up some loose ends, give people what they want, kind of, put a nice bow on it. That's amazing. That is truly amazing. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That's great. So it went 13 episodes, 22, so it was going up. And then they protested, got Subway to sign a deal. They made 19. That's not bad. Then they went up to 24. So the money must have been real good. Real good. How much? Oh my gosh, this is the question. How much Subway branding was in these episodes is the question. How much? Were they like eating Subway every time you saw them eating food? Like, how ridiculous was it? If it was. Maybe they just got prime advertising space like right after the opening credits or something. Chuck is in his mid-20s and works at Buy More, a Burbank, California consumer electronics chain store. He is intelligent but unmotivated computer service expert, and works alongside his best friend, Morgan Grimes. He had been expelled from Stanford on false charges that he cheated in one of his classes, which likely damaged his drive and morale. Yeah, that would kind of do it, I think. He lives with his sister Ellie and her boyfriend Devon, Captain Awesome, both doctors who constantly encourage Chuck to make progress in his professional and romantic life. So it really did a number on him. Chuck's former Stanford University roommate and now a CIA agent steals the Intersect, the entire merged database of the CIA and NSA, and destroys the computer storing it. The sole surviving copy becomes subliminally embedded in Chuck's brain via encoding images when he opens an email from Bryce. The NSA's Major John Casey and CIA officer Sarah Walker, okay, there's the connection, are dispatched to investigate. Chuck is recruited to use the knowledge he now possesses to help thwart assassins and international terrorists, upending his previously mundane life. Well, he definitely picked it up, I'd say. The Intersect causes Chuck to receive involuntary flashes of information from the database, activated by triggers such as faces, voices, objects, keywords. In order to protect his family and friends, Chuck must keep his second occupation a secret. Casey and Walker are assigned to watch over Chuck. Okay, so they're the babysitters. They're forced to establish an uneasy alliance and cover identities. Walker poses as Chuck's girlfriend and takes a job at a fast food restaurant near the Buy More. Casey reluctantly becomes part of the Buy More sales team. Oh boy. Main antagonists driving the plot are a series of rogue spy cabals, first internal to the U.S. intelligence community, then global in scope. So it got bigger and bigger and bigger. Core part of the threat is the danger of the Intersect being captured, making Chuck a liability, as much a liability as an asset to the government, or replicated, making Chuck obsolete. Yeah, and then you have to worry about being, offed yourself. Yikes. Chuck, Sarah, and Casey all face professional conflicts as they grow to respect each other. A genuine romantic interest develops between Chuck and Sarah. Chuck's desire to maintain this close relationships and eventually return to a normal life, challenged by the dangers and growing responsibilities of his secret life. So that he gradually becomes more competent, confident, and willing spy. There you go. So really it was between Chuck and Sarah was the romantic interest. Interesting. Okay. All right. What were the ratings? That was my question. How low were they that they thought about canceling it? All right, here we go. Oh my gosh. How greedy. Seriously? There are so many shows out there that would kill for these ratings. Kill for these ratings. Started with 8.68 million US viewers in the first season. Then it went down to 7.3, which is a drop, but most shows experience a drop. Very few don't. And then the third season dropped to 5.99. Not terrible, but still a drop. 5.58, and then the final season, 4.25. So it did lose over half its audience, which is not great. But still, how many shows have we seen that have been canceled for less, okay? Canceled for less. Chuck received critical acclaim in the first year. Rolling Stone included it on its show We Like to Watch list, saying the show wipes the floor with all the other fall debuts. USA Today, 10 picks for 2007. They called Levi's performance incredibly winning, giving the comedy 3 out of 4 stars. Not bad. In 2008, drew further acclaim. There you go. It's topping lists. And honestly, the ratings weren't that bad. The show pays attention to the mechanics of storytelling and doesn't just try to coast on the comedy. Given the level of attention paid to all the other things, emotion, suspense, plotting, character, Chuck ends up being one of the TV's greatest scene's greatest pleasures at the moment. That's high praise. High praise. That is very odd that they almost canceled that. Won some awards. Look at that. Nominated for a ton of awards. Campaign for series renewal. Despite being one of the first series to be renewed by NBC in the prior season, it was on the bubble between renewal and cancellation after its second season. Show's second season did not improve on or maintain the audience numbers received in the first, and consistently obtained low ratings, making it one of the least watched shows in its 8 p.m. Monday time slot. Okay, so that's where they were coming from. They were like, all right, we're one of the least watched shows. Although looking at those numbers today, if you were to have those numbers, they would die for those numbers. Concerned that the show would not be renewed, fans launched a Save Chuck campaign using Twitter and Facebook. That's so funny. One fan, Wendy Farrington, shout out Wendy, was inspired by product placement in second season episodes to organize a campaign to purchase foot-long sub sandwiches from Subway on the air date of the second season finale. The movement gained support from various cast and crew members, including actor Zachary Levi, seen leading hundreds of fans to a Subway restaurant in Birmingham, England. Members of the show's cast and crew participated in a special rally cry episode of Chuck vs. the Podcast on 2009, just before the season finale, to encourage fans to keep the campaign going and thank them for their support. That's so funny. Co-creator Josh Schwartz said it was one of the most amazing experiences of his life to witness, and it was certainly gratifying creatively. That is so amazing. Obviously, it got some press and media coverage, which definitely helped. In support of the show, Nestle sent more than 1,000 packs of its Wonka Nerds candies to NBC after Josh Schwartz made such a suggestion to fans in an interview with the New York Times. That's amazing. Look at that. Do I remember this? 2009. Obviously, that was a while ago at this point. I can't remember if I remember seeing this. I mean, it's literally everywhere. Literally everywhere. Crazy. Crazy. Sarah Walker, without you, I'm nobody. I'm nothing but a spy. Former partner apparently gone rogue, Bryce. Let's see. Chuck is one of the few people that she had allowed to get close to her. Not really a lot of information on Casey, which is interesting. It made a nasty scar right above one of my favorite scars. John Casey. Partnered with CIA agent Sarah Walker to protect asset Chuck when he accidentally downloads the Intersect. Gruff, straightforward, cynical, hard-edged, tends to keep everyone at an emotional distance. Often sarcastic and ironic. Rarely shows signs of caring for anything other than his job and country. Was described by Sarah in Chuck vs. the Intersect as a burnout, although the exact meaning of this was never explained. Casey's relationship with Chuck is complicated, of course. At the end of the series, Casey shows his depth of the friendship and respect with Chuck when he hugs Chuck goodbye, something that would have been unthinkable in season 1. By series end, he realizes that he's changed, saying, "I got soft, I made friends here," and telling Sarah, "I guess Bartowski's made us both a little soft." Character growth. Character growth. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. That's an interesting dynamic, having a CIA agent, an NSA, whatever, agent? I don't think they're agents, but having them work together to oversee some dude who just happens to hold all your secrets. That's crazy. Crazy. All right, let's move on to the next one. It is part 3. Part 3. EXU Calamity Clips that butter my toast, part 3. Critical Role highlights. Go ahead and jump into that. Let's... Oh, I should probably pull it up. That would be a good start. That would be a good start. Here we go. I wonder if I should move this over. Well, I guess we'll see.
Why is everyone so nervous?
Now.
Yeah.
I feel fine.
Why everyone feels fine? It's all good.
Part 4 is on the way. There you go.
Our Architect Arcane and our Keeper of Scrolls busted the door down and killed Magister Micah Cormorant in a single round. You know, if you're planning on killing all your PCs, don't be extra unfair. Run that shit rules as written. That guy would be dead. He'd be dead so fast.
I'm gonna cry.
You will. Cry for us.
Save it for the calamity.
It's content. Why? It's like... As Milas, this thin and reedy man, steps through it, he goes...
Ooh. So he has back problems. To the top of this sort of...
You kick off and you hear Lycretia go, Knowly!
Oh,
and everyone roll initiative.
Every time I look at someone else's rolls, it feels like I'm like coughing. What are you doing? What are you doing over there?
What are we attempting to reach the helm, or what exactly are we?
Subdue them.
Okay. I'm gonna drop 2 sorcery points for quicken spell summoning Draconic Spirit.
Wait, talk about the dragon. I gotta go get a dragon.
It's getting warm in here. I gotta turn on this air
It comes
conditioning
with the
more.
roll. You get a free dragon. I think it's fully a coin that I keep in my breast pocket.
And the spiritual form of Shao Korjan is my memory mocked anew.
It says that every time?
Every time.
Yes, Shao Korjan, enemies ahead! And he'll take all of his attacks on Miles' friend.
The name Miles' friend is slowly becoming Miles' friend.
Miles' friend.
What? Miles' friend.
Half the spell's level rounded down. So it's 2 attacks. It's plus
Just everyone's
5.
making an
Okay.
appearance at this party.
That's gonna be a Miles' friend needs to make a dexterity saving throw against a DC. Miles' friend needs to make a spell DC 18.
Miles' friend.
Great.
Miles, get over
Who's
here and tell
Miles?
his friend.
The true form.
Oh! You grabbed the wrong mini.
No, I grabbed the right mini.
The dragon's in the way.
I'm sorry.
Even if
He's
it's
somewhat translucent. Nidus does like feel like just a vertebrae in his back, like, oh no, oh.
unbelievable.
Yeah, talking.
Very accurate.
Okay.
You have approximately 1 hour before you can't move.
Chiropractor tomorrow for sure. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Ready.
Both of them are going to rush out.
And help us.
Oh.
And be our friends.
And be our friends.
Yes. After one round. Look at that.
Kill them all. Keep the blood of the Master's chosen. He lives.
Whoa. And
Who's the Master's chosen?
I'm gonna be the Master's chosen.
Yeah, what? I'm so sorry. One more time. Can you be more
Rewind
specific?
For, everyone in
Me.
class.
okay.
Just like a rough point at which one that would be.
Real-time updates. Real-time updates. I got a software update on my armor.
You can get everybody. You guys were in a tight clump.
Tight clump.
8, 12.
Ideal D&D formation.
Loquacious, you were hit twice for 20 damage on the first hit.
No.
No?
Arcane Ward.
Ooh, what's that mean?
I'm going to use my reaction to push my Arcane Ward on the Loquacious. It takes all of the damage away.
Does it take all 20?
All 20's gone.
Okay, another attack is incoming.
You just see this like bright burst of light just jump out.
Good interjection there.
Xerxes, and in front of you, you see for a second this like image of him with the shield up, absorbing the damage I taken instead.
Trying to have a romantic moment, you're just going to upstage me?
Oh, there's 2 romantic moments. That's beautiful.
Xerxes, thank you, Xerxes. You saved me.
I did.
Oh, no. Oh.
Just completely
fuck
outst-
around. Yeah, I think I kind of do.
Drop an axe into his shoulder, right in a nerve that you know 9 times out of 10 will make a mage drop concentration. You think this guy's as rotten as Lycratia? You think he's just as rotten as Lycratia?
Underneath my beak.
I hope you know, Mr. Seeley, it's not personal. I remain a huge fan.
So
Way worse. Way. Just way more. He's like,
Now. My mind is my own, Mr. Seeley.
Well, as long as you're still a fan.
Bonus actions and movement.
I don't like your villains. They're kind of cool, but really awful.
Yeah. Fun to watch.
Fun to watch. Awful.
I want to go to here.
I wish to
But not right now. But yes.
I bet the food in this area is delicious.
Oh, incredible. I bet you get great like bratwurst, you know.
Yeah, some good street meat.
Oh, it's great. It's like, but it's got that like polish, you know, that kind of gentrified polish of like, yeah, this is street meat, but like organic.
Yeah.
The vendors here sell Beyond Meat for sure, dude.
You see on the corner, Sears Steakhouse. They do a great tomahawk, you know? They really do.
Oh my gosh.
You're paying for bone.
True.
Nidus is getting crushed.
I think I have a way out.
Yeah.
Tomahawks are so
Hey, what's up,
expensive.
guys? Peace.
Take your time.
4, 8,
Savor it.
12, 15. 15 plus 16.
This
I
guy
don't
can
need
punch
to
through a wall. It's kind of like a spell, you know?
My spell is hitting.
It's a great spell.
It's a great spell.
look down at him and I say, kneel, traitor! I kneel.
Yeah.
I knew it! Give us all the things, Brennan. Put them on the map.
The blood of the chosen?
Who's the chosen?
Is he the chosen?
They're gonna eat me.
I was like, I'm gonna burn a few third level spells. Hey, Xerxes is gonna do a shit ton of damage. Loquacious is gonna hide. We're gonna have a great time.
Boom, 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 boom. It's the finale of the fireworks extravaganza.
No one's ever liked fireworks.
You're crushing me! And you think this is the time to do bits?
Hey, wait a minute. Fireworks going on behind me.
I can't even see it! Get me out of the hand!
You see?
It is beautiful.
You?
I made the wrong choices.
That invisible mage alights to the rampart, flings himself off, begins to fall, boom, and Misty steps here.
This is great editing, by the way, to put them in their positions.
Reaches forward as he comes out of invisibility, grabs your face, puts his forehead to your forehead, and goes, "The tools of Vespin Chloris! Gah!" And you feel the detect thoughts shoot into your head.
Oh! So he just mind. Wow.
He zoomed in. You hear like a thud as he hits the ground on the other side, and like a grunt of pain.
And then the hamburger.
Sam did a great way of
He'll just still
describing
be
it.
there, nursing a swollen ankle. I should have climbed down. Got too excited.
Amazing.
Guy moment.
To throw up
I want to throw up.
And what are you doing in this fight? Do something.
Really?
He put one back here, by the way. He put one, but there's one back here. No, he didn't. Yeah, he did. He put one all the way back here.
Now this is narc energy.
Take half of these minis off the board. This entire battle set is narc energy.
Here we go. Okay.
Why hide people over the corner? There's a bunch over here.
Exactly. People can't see this one. Can you see this, people?
It's you against a platoon of evil.
And I'm inside of a hand.
You are in a burrito
It's
of
bad
trouble.
to be on the ground.
Oh my gosh.
Burrito of trouble.
It's on the high
I
ground.
want to come in and help you, but that's a breakfast bowl.
Okay. Your dragon.
I don't think I've ever played a game where somebody's been more.
Yeah, you have me surrounded.
It's bad. We're running.
There's to grab
Truly,
them.
people are just stabbing knives into a big red hand, and now and I'm feeling us lose gravity.
I counterspell it.
I've been working with it all along. I don't think anything would actually hurt me
I
more.
counter whatever's going on.
I would be like upset.
I would be like,
Like, it wouldn't be fun.
Sam Riegel hurt my feelings.
Running away, I wouldn't do it. And goes straight out. Milos is just so heavy that he's like, nope, and squats down.
Hey, when I have to drop this, do you want to slap me?
Talk to me in 60 seconds.
Okay.
I am going to fucking cast freedom of movement, fucking slide out. Just straight out of this fucking thing.
First night, we have an issue. Around you, you hear boom, 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 boom of the fireworks. A firework go off, and at a little bit of a delay, the ground underneath you. Boom! Something deep underground.
No!
First night, there's an attack in the labyrinth. They're attacking the eldritch.
It's a distraction.
This was. Architect, I beg your apologies, but there is something is wrong. We're losing power from some of the outer eldritch batteries. The arboreal calyx, it's asking to requisition 30% of the
No!
There are stop gaps when an engine requests that much energy. Do you want me to kill that?
Kill it.
You also get your sneak attack on this hit.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
Well, I mean, if you insist.
I'm saying you're very good at killing wizards. That's what I'm trying to say.
Kill that wizard!
Amazing.
Okay.
That's one of those things where you're like, I'm proud of my friend, but also disgusted. Yeah.
She's firing off a powerful necromantic spell.
No, she's not. Counterspell.
Let's.
You got to give me the level.
Level 3. I'll roll for it.
So on a 9 or higher, your counterspell gets counterspelled by her.
That's what we like to see!
Lycretia Hollow throws a 7th level finger of death your way.
Holy shit.
Grabs the finger of death. Not in my city!
The finger of death in the palm of your mighty hand turns into raw ether and goes into a little battery on your belt.
Patient's
Just a little bump.
sweating because she's dual fisting it, like speeding up Xerxes and slowing down Midas at the same time. And so I just say, "You're my best fucking friend."
So.
Also prone. Smash his face, thank you.
Yep. So.
Hurt, please.
What did she say?
She said it's beautiful.
Oh well. Oh my God.
Say it again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear. Was it? Can you say it slower with a deeper, huskier voice?
If he's going, osh, gosh, my gosh, like it's not the same as going like, this was not the deal.
Yeah. I think I would have thought I was speaking in common, but then would have been completely unaware of the fact that I spoke in Infernal.
Yeah.
Also not good.
Yeah,
But less
still like.
revealing. Also not great.
Not like that.
He just mumbled. Why is he mumbling it?
Did he just call himself Legion?
With him, the sword automatically bursts into 3 times its size. Oh, that is. So that's just that. 19, 21,
What is this, a sword for ants? It's got to be at least 3 times this
I've always
size.
wanted to do this. Hey, Luis. Yes. How do you want to do this?
Up and down and down, up and around. Wow, this is so much adrenaline.
Chop off one of her wings.
I don't want you leaving with blood.
I'm fine.
Okay. Oh man.
I get to send advantage to somebody else?
Yeah.
I turn to my ex-wife and send it to
Yeah.
The dimension door is fading, just in case I put a sock on the doorknob.
You have utterly misread the moment. My good bitch.
Paisha, that's you.
Oh shit! Oh shit! It's me! Oh god! Okay. Oda looks resilient sphere.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Love it.
Is he able to see glass, or does he just like not?
He can see the grains of sand that are a mage's eyes, but windows are fucking
You
nuts.
see a pile of seeds in the middle of the room.
Yeah, you take 9 points of damage.
Got him.
No way.
Got him.
No.
Hey Travis, how do you want to do this?
Sometimes they just line up for you. Right in through the helm.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I've got my eye on you. I got my eye on you. Boom, 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 boom. That was really cool.
It's too loud for Noir.
I can't project in this voice.
Lycretia reappears.
Right
I've been waiting to say that line for
10
ages.
feet with Blink. I've always hated you. And she is going to drop a counterspell in this moment. I'm not going to tell you the level she's dropping it at. Look down and I counterspell that counterspell.
Come on.
Ooh,
Come on.
baby. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to roll an 11 or higher in the d20. It's a total coin flip.
You got this.
I don't need the stress in my life.
15! Both of the mages to either side throw counterspells that both fail. They
Oh my gosh.
So, with the spell that was coming your way, and Nidus's way, and Xerxes' way, was Circle of Death. I've always hated you.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds bad.
Withering her own skin. The spell escapes and recurses and recurses and recurses.
You just Dutch ovened her with her own
Oh. I didn't get a chance to tell her that I've always hated her too.
And I've done everything I can to make sure that none of us ever get caught in that sort of crossfire. This is a big exposure for you.
Don't sleep. I meditate for a couple hours a day. So when I say this is all I've thought about for a decade of my life.
I know that is true. That's why you missed the Maggies, the Evelier Mage Awards that I was given. One for my work.
And I'm proud of you for
Yeah,
that.
well, you didn't show up to watch me give my speech, did you? You look really nice today.
Thanks.
I want you to give me an insight check and a deception check.
Insight 19, deception 1,000,000.
I was asking you to roll an insight and a deception into yourself.
Oh, shit. Oh, the poetry.
Oh, fuck.
I'd love to know how Loquacious hides from how deep his love is for this person as these messages make their way across the city, because you and I both know it's not the first time that you have protected the person for whom you care.
In everyone that I speak to, I don't mention Leyren's name.
So foul.
There are a lot of stories in Exandria of mortals who stumbled their way into the Feywild and fell in love with an enchanting fairy that they met there. But there's one story of a fairy who stumbled into this world and fell in love.
Why are you like this?
I'd like to record a message.
Yeah.
Like a message to be played upon my disappearance or death or something.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about a great evil that reared its head on the day of our landing, and the powerful forces that tried to keep it quiet, but one voice was strong enough to see through and tell the truth and expose the lies, and that was Leyrin. And I stood in her way and wouldn't let the truth come out because I was afraid that it would worry the citizens too much, and submit my resignation as the herald of Avalier. But I don't release that. It's just it's on a crystal somewhere.
And actively die.
Feels good, doesn't it?
My love. You spoke their language.
What do you mean?
When they were gathering on you, you spoke the same guttural, incomprehensible language.
I don't recall that at all. I told them to stand down.
Xerxes, what if he's not dead? What if he's something else?
What would that possibly be?
You asked to not remember, and I obliged.
What are you talking about?
I told you it didn't work, that we found nothing, that it was impossible.
What exactly did you attempt?
I found a ritual. It didn't fail in a way that was anticipated. It was as if the candles suddenly never existed.
If you wish to return Xerxes' memory to him, you may.
Oh my God.
Was it your decision?
It was yours.
Oh, shit.
Oof.
Oh, shit.
You mentioned the little battery on my hip that grabbed that ether when I successfully counterspelled. Can I try to give that to Quay when he's not looking and give him a spell slot back?
Yeah, you can do that. Sort of antechamber.
Fly. The time is not for secrets anymore. I cast Zone of Truth. Ooh. I choose to fail. Oh, I choose to fail my own Zone of Truth. It's not the time.
Roll a natural 20.
Fail.
What's the DC?
That's poetic. Natural 1.
Natural 1.
Nidus will fail.
Nidus will fail.
I rolled a 30.
Xerxes, the city is under attack. I understand your desire for clarity, but we need to be working together. And if people would like to withhold certain personal information, that should be all right. I apologize that this is not a moment in which we can all be forthright, but there is business that needs to be
I
done.
gotta say the enunciation
And I
is
apologize
just
that
on
it
point.
cannot be handled in a manner that you enjoy.
You're my oldest friend.
And you are mine.
And I owe you a great deal, and I don't think I ever recall you speaking to me in this tone.
No.
If it means that much to you for me to let this go, then I will.
Would you have stopped at death? No.
I wouldn't have ever stopped.
And you didn't. You know that Pesha did every step of that ritual perfectly. Candles in a dark sanctum, a spell of true resurrection. And nothing happened. And you had to admit that you had done everything you could, and that was too much for you to bear. I don't ask for it when players stone cold guess. What's the simplest explanation for why a resurrection would fail?
They're somewhere else.
Because they're not dead.
The voice you heard speaking to you with pride, it was Evandrin.
Where is he then?
I don't know, but we might be able to find him.
I did everything right.
Don't say. No, don't tell them. Please.
I don't know.
Leyrin, give me a chance.
He agreed to it, and he's a friend. And the first night, when we were trying to jump, I did everything perfectly.
You sent Evandrin.
He came back. He came back and he was fine until he wasn't. It's the tree. The tree of names. Then the calyx is the reason it didn't work, and the calyx is the reason it's pulling power.
I want to go to this tree.
Thanks. iPads on iPads on iPads.
We are generic tablet devices.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
Do we have to be docked to do it with Kath Moira?
Gotta cover up
Yes.
that apple.
None of this works if we don't dock. Whatever replenishment needs to happen.
Yes was all I needed. Evandrin, he went to this other place, came back, and was never the same again. Yes or no?
Yes.
And you want to send this entire city with our families to that place at that risk?
Yes.
I leave. There have been some incredibly selfish actions amongst this group. I don't know if we'll survive the night, but I'm gonna go take care of mine now.
As Xerxes says, we have time to tree.
We have time to tree.
We have time to tree.
I don't know if that quote is gonna make it in the final.
She pulls the orb in front of her face, and she just starts playing back the memory of the things that just happened. And she gets to Saret saying,
There have
been some incredibly selfish choices. And she plays it back. Incredibly selfish choices. And plays it back. Incredibly selfish choices. And plays it back. After about half a dozen times, steels herself and follows forward.
Hovering in the center of the room, not translucent but real, is a tree. Dark wood, dark leaves, and blossoms. Sometimes Evandrin's sweat, when he was at his worst, would smell like these blossoms.
Don't you wish I'm here now?
I got a natural 20.
Natural 20?
You don't need me.
Plus 7. And I'm going to speak to the tree.
I like the sidebars.
In
It's very funny.
primordial.
Okay.
You speak primordial?
I do.
I also speak primordial, so I know what you're saying.
I chose dwarvish.
What, did you really? What? Is it organic?
I don't know. I thought dwarves were old.
It's a big market for the Herald Stone.
There is no response.
It's growing through
Imagine
the
being the only person that doesn't know what's being said.
I'm gonna begin to cast blood.
Oh
my God.
We came for, fam. Let's go.
Who's the people?
Was this called a EXU a chill day in the park?
I wanna put my hand.
Before this continues, we're going to move it back a little bit so we don't miss anything. We're going to jump into some information and kind of split this up a little bit. It is a longer video, so we're going to hop into some information and then continue on with quote unquote part 2 of part 3, if you will. But before we do that, I will be right back. I've got to go somewhere real quick, and then I'll be right back. So 2 seconds. Hang in there. I will be back. Alrighty, we are back. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Alrighty. Abria, tabletop role-playing game streamer, podcaster, and writer, dungeon master of the mini campaign Exandria Unlimited and its two-part continuation, as well as the third chapter of Candela Obscura, featuring the Circle of Tide and Bone, has also appeared on as a guest on multiple Critical Role shows, also known as Quiddy. First appeared on the 4th episode of Critter Hug, where she was interviewed by Matt Mercer and Mika Burton. Then appeared as a guest in 2 episodes of Narrative Telephone, guest starred in the Elder Scrolls Online Blackwood as Tavima. Very cool. During the hiatus between Campaign 2 and 3, was Game Master for the 8-part miniseries Exandria Unlimited, and returned to the 2-part Unlimited Chimal, which together comprised the first canonical, you can tell I use that word a lot, multi-session campaign set in Exandria led by someone other than Matt. Very cool. Very, very cool. Tavima, as I mentioned before, Lorraine, Elven Wizard in Calamity, of course, as we're literally watching it right now. And then Deanna, Gnome Cleric in Campaign 3, Bells Hells. Games played as Dungeon Master, you can see him there. Other work in the world of D&D, recurring guest player and Game Master in Dropout's D&D Real Play Dimension 20, and the talkback show Adventuring Party, created by Brennan Lee Mulligan. First experience playing D&D was when she was invited to her husband's board game group and was handed a cleric character sheet. Hey, it can happen at any moment, right? First person other than Matt to DM an entire episode of the main Critical Role show. It's quite the honor. It's quite the honor. Then we got Lewis as well. Actor appearing in Exandria Unlimited Calamity and The Legend of Vox Machina, Season 3 as Xerxes. We got to see the other works. Multiple roles on television, film, and commercials in the tabletop community. He is perhaps best known as Nines Rodriguez in LA by Night. Interesting. Xerxes and Marion, Candela Obscura. As a child, he sleepwalked and was frightened of being abducted by aliens. Well, that is very interesting. Sleepwalk is no jokey matter. You can get into some crazy, you can literally die sleepwalking. It is a wild phenomena. Marisha Ray, producer, voice actress, member of the founding cast of Critical Role, and the creative director of Critical Role Productions, LLC. She plays Laudna in Campaign 3. Began her career in theater on the East Coast after moving to LA, encouraged by friends to go into voice acting because of her distinctive voice. Voiced characters in multiple video games such as Metal Gear Survive and Fire Emblem Heroes. Involved in many web productions, also creative director of Geek and Sundry before Critical Role split from the company. Interesting. First got acquainted to the world of TTRPG in 2008-2009, playing her first game with Matthew Mercer as the Dungeon Master. It's a good way to join. That is a really good way to join. Marisha and Matt first met in a meeting for an internet sketch comedy show that never went further. That's amazing. Very, very cool. Context for some things. Lorraine wants to destroy this tree because it's standing in her way of getting to do what she wants, interplanar travel. But the tree is something that was gifted by the Drashari, old druids. So getting rid of the tree would break the pact and its protection. It becomes a huge point of contention. You'll see once you continue the video, everything will go bad. That can go bad, and then they'll just backstab each other. Now that sounds entertaining. I can't wait for that. That's awesome. Marisha currently holds the top attendance record out of the main cast members for the most for the main campaigns, with just 2 more episodes than Liam O'Brien. Wow. Marisha fought against the influencer Haley Sharp in Creator Clash 2. You got to be kidding me. She trained for 6 months for this challenge, and her main goal was to last all 5 rounds, which she did successfully, despite having no previous experience in this type of encounter. While Haley won the fight, Marisha was awarded as unsung hero of the event. For this charity event, Sam and Peter wrote a song to support Marisha Pop Pop. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Sam, of course, voice actor, member of the founding cast of Critical Role. Sam appeared in the musical Les Mis when he was a child. He began voice acting in 2001, best known for his roles as Donatello in the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series, and as Phoenix Wright in the Ace Attorney video game series. Prolific voice director and has worked on several series such as Fallout New Vegas, Elena of Avalar, and DuckTales. Received a Daytime Emmy Award for outstanding directing in an animated program for his work Danger and Eggs. Amazing. All this Lord of Hells and weird circumstances are standing in the way of that? Oh boy. Context on what the replenishment is, they keep saying they need the land, etc. Basically because Avalar is a flying city, they need to land into this city called Kathmoira to give the city its replenishment. Interesting. Huh. Very interesting. Travis, of course. Voice actor, member of the founding cast of Critical Role, of course. CEO of Critical Role Productions, LLC. It's kind of interesting how they have like the different roles and whatever. Travis began like actual corporate roles, CEO, creative director. Travis began working in voice acting in the early 2000s by providing additional voices on Dragon Ball Z. His career took off when he portrayed Roy Mustang in Full Metal Alchemist. He has since went on to voice numerous characters in television video games, such as Knuckles from Sonic, and Thor in multiple Marvel video games and animated projects. Big fan of the Dallas Cowboys. He played football when he was younger. Credits his love of sports to his father, who he lost to cancer in his teenage years. Younger brothers active in the American military, which led Travis to his involvement with the Operation Supply Drop charity. Nice. Taking bad situations, making them good. Lou Wilson, professional TTRPG player and actor, is currently a writer for Jimmy Kimmel Live since 2020, as well as an announcer for the show since 2022. That's interesting. One of the intrepid heroes, core players from the D&D real play show Dimension 20, created by Brennan Lee Mulligan. Appeared as Lucas Wiley in Netflix TV series American Vandal, as Frank in the guest book and Richie in The King of Staten Island, which I think starred Pete Davidson, if I'm not incorrect. Until 2020, Wilson wrote for Playboy. Wow. Reading the articles. Reading those articles. And Crank Yankers, which is a very hilarious comedic prank call show. Very, very cool. Critical Role, what to know before Exandria Limited Calamity. Let's see. What do we need to know? Who's at the table, of course. What is Calamity? Set during the age of Arcanum, the Calamity was brought about when mortals began testing the limitations of magic and the gods that created it. As a result, mortals inadvertently allowed the betrayer gods to escape imprisonment, which led to a catastrophic event called the Calamity. Calamity ended with the prime deities banished the betrayer gods and left Exandria permanently. They established the Divine Gate, of course. A lot of this we read in the wonderful PDF that was provided. Shout out to Willow for that. Where and when you can watch it, well, that's important to know. YouTube, of course, for sure. Video on demand will be available immediately after airing for Twitch subscribers, with the episode making its way to the YouTube channel Monday afternoons following the initial airing. That's cool. That's cool. Final episode aired June 23rd. Campaign 3 returning on June 30th. So Campaign 3 is currently going on. Critical Role's co-founders credit 4 things to stay friends after running a business together for a decade. This is probably some good advice because I don't know. It seems like forever the business advice was don't go into business with friends or family as partners. So it's amazing if you're able to keep it going and completely negate that advice that's given to everybody. So let's go ahead and hear it. Critical Role, Nerd World, business giants started streaming their show in 2015. The crew celebrated their 10th anniversary on March 12th. 4 of the 8 co-founders shared what they think has helped the team stay together. Critical Role started as a birthday present for Liam O'Brien, who wanted to find a group to play Dungeons & Dragons. More than a decade on, the team of 8 runs a sprawling Nerd World business. CR has investments in everything from its main streaming platform to game publishing and animation production. All right, 4 tips. Let's hear them. Number 1, share your thinking in advance. Said that talking to each other is his top tip to stay in business with one's best friends. Quote, "It's so important not to just communicate how things are moving within a very complicated business, but also to share your thinking in advance." This makes a lot of sense. Because otherwise it seems like you're kind of leaving it to the last minute or dictating. If you're just bringing up an idea when you think of it, or you're talking in advance and you're communicating with people around you, it's more of a communal thing and less of a, hey, I think we should do this, like now. And it almost comes off as like, confrontational and whatnot. So it does make a lot of sense to just air it immediately. Campaign 3 ended this year a couple months ago around the time when I did the Vaxlith compilation. Okay. Calamity came out in 2022. Good to know. So it's definitely on YouTube at this point. He said that one of the CR team's biggest advantages is having 8 co-founders. Quote, "We have so many different perspectives. We come from incredibly different walks of life. We have different interests. There also has to be a ton of grace in just recognizing that some people have strengths in some areas, there are weaknesses in others, which the team works to support." Number 2, someone who's the beating heart of the group. Sam said the crew is stronger than ever. The group's secret weapon is Matt Mercer, the company's chief creative officer, who Regal said functions as the team's beating heart. He keeps reminding us over and over to spend time together as friends. Mercer also often tells the group they need to have fun with what they're doing together while streaming their D&D games live. If the audience likes it, it's a bonus. So they need to prioritize themselves having fun, and hopefully the audience also has fun as well. That makes sense. He keeps reminding us of that, and it's a wonderful check-in. It keeps us grounded. That makes a lot of sense. If you're just doing this as a job and it starts not being fun and you're just there to shoot the episode and you're not in it, you're not caring too much, you're just kind of there for a paycheck basically. I mean, we've all been at that point. We've all been in a job, or maybe you're too young and you haven't been there yet, but you will. You will. We've all been in a job where it's like, ugh, I'm just here for the paycheck and get out. That's it. Like, we've all experienced that kind of grind where it's just brutal. It's brutal to be there and to go through it. But you go through it because you got to pay the bills, right? That's amazing that he's there to at least remind them, guys, keep it light, keep it fun, enjoy what you're doing, you know. And obviously, being a creative and a DM, he can make things interesting. That's for sure. Number 3, keep your ego in check. That's a good one. O'Brien, who helms the literary production drive, said all 8 co-founders are very hard workers and level-headed decision makers. Quote, we manage for the most part to keep our egos in check. O'Brien said that when there are differences of opinions, the team remembers they have a common goal. Those disagreements, when they do come up, they're inconsequential in comparison to the dream that we're building together. We're dangerously close to too many Emmys, though. That's funny. I think we could maybe win one more, but beyond that, things might start to get dicey. That's funny. Number 4, enjoy each other's company, even during crunch time. Marisha, the creative director, said it's uncommon for the co-founders to work 80-hour weeks, but they have a strong foundation now and help from a broader team they've hired over the years. That's good. That is good. That can be a double-edged sword. It's like, all right, you know, when you're first in it, you're doing everything yourself, right? Doing everything yourself. They obviously had the step up, if you will, to have creative contacts and a little bit of scratch, a little bit of money to start off, so you can hire out some things, of course, but now that they're ultra successful, they can actually hire like people to work on it and whatnot. They don't have to do the 80-hour weeks. They really don't, which is a privilege, of course, but that can also be a negative if you let it get to you. Like, you start taking, you know, things less seriously because you're not involved in the 80-hour week anymore. And then you kind of lose track of all the small little things that happen and whatnot. So it can be a double-edged sword. It's good to hear that they're not, and they're staying grounded and all that stuff. So that's awesome. A lot of it has been building the building blocks so that we can also take a little bit of time to just enjoy each other's company. She added that the little things matter. I swear I didn't read this beforehand. Like taking time to enjoy each other's companies and ensuring they stay friends outside of work. Sam said what keeps him going is that one thing hasn't changed over 10 years. The crew really likes spending time with each other. I just want to hang out with my friends and get margaritas with them and be around to experience the events with them and tell stories together. That's it. Everything else is all extra. See, that is a great mindset. Great mindset. And of course, the wonderful document which we read for part 1. Obviously, you can go back and listen to it. If you haven't checked out part 1 and part 2, certainly do so. It'll be under the playlist for Critical Role on this channel, on the YouTube channel. So check it out. Check it out. All right, let's go back into the video for part 2 of part 3, if you will, and see how this concludes.
Was this
I love how it's fireworks during the calamity or whatever.
Hand on
And
Leyren's,
we got fireworks
wrist.
for the holiday, obviously.
They spoke of the limbs.
Brennan's
of a
like, it's the
tree
finale of the
that can no
fireworks.
longer
Meanwhile,
scribe.
there's fireworks literally going
The name
on.
of our deliverance will soon be
I
broken.
swear I didn't plan
Will
it.
soon be as broken as our promises.
Leyren, you don't hear any of that. In the branches of the tree, you see the frightened face of the friend you sent away. And gone. He's stuck, just like your toy.
I can get him. I do not care about prophecy. If you do not want me to do this, you will have to stop me.
My eyes flash red and my face turn devilish. And my voice drop an octave and I say, unhand her! And I will cast Fey Presence.
That is a 21.
Woo! I cast Silvery Barbs.
Silvery Barbs to change that?
Him re-roll?
Roll
Make
again.
him re-roll. Roll again.
Let me go.
We have popcorn.
That is only gonna be a 6.
So he will be frightened of me.
Is he within 10 feet of me?
Yes.
You can't be frightened.
I'm sorry. The BDE is real strong right now.
I won't touch it to do legend lore here. I want to extract any type of legend or story that I have, any knowledge from this tree.
Give me a wisdom saving throw disadvantage. Yeah, all of you watch her touch the tree. Paisha's hair stretch out behind her, her eyes consumed with fire. She is rooted to the tree as though it is trying to draw her in and falls back out.
I'm trying to fight two of my best friends right now in front of a tree that's teaching my other friend information we don't understand.
I mean, this tree you already hate appears to be eating your friend alive. I think no. I mean,
You hear the spell slot click up, like click, click, fifth level.
I do not understand what this is. We cannot meddle with these sorts of things. Hold person at the 3rd level.
Oh wait, ooh, are they within 10 feet of me?
Yes, they are, and you.
My ally right now.
I don't want to do offensive shit. It feels wrong.
Which part feels wrong? You mean the tree that's trying to suck the other person in? Talking about the beginning of time?
It's all too much. Which part feels wrong?
How in
It's gone forever.
I love it.
Yes. Don't fear your power. I fully thought I would be you in this campaign.
Travis kept enjoying all the mayhem because his character left.
prophecy.
That's awesome.
I fucking love it. I love it.
Good move.
Thank you.
But I will fucking end you.
Loquacious, please. I live not for prophecy, but I live for Avalier. And if Avalier is in danger, if this tree, if its death, its damage, could forsake our city, we cannot touch it. Please.
I don't know what to do.
Hey, you ever been 4 hours and 45 minutes into an episode and then started doing PvP and then you were like, I don't know.
You heard Zeret's voice cut it. How's it going, guys?
Within the confines of the Meridian Labyrinth, no harmful spells will be cast upon the Architect Arcane.
Dweomer, walking into the room, extends a hand and is going to cast Disintegrate on you. And as a Clockwork Soul Sorcerer, she is going to heighten spell. She walked in and saw.
I just heard something fall in the bathroom. I don't know what it is, but it was loud. I'm just going to put it off until we finish this.
A whole person, and she's got Detect
Who
Magic
knows what it
active.
was?
No, wait.
Put your hands behind your head.
Can I have advantage on this if I roll from down here?
Is he within 10 feet of me?
I saw him. He's in there.
Xerxes, do you look to the tree or do you look to the scroll?
Oh my god.
Yeah, she just said that too.
No one liked the blight idea when I said it.
I
That's so funny that Travis literally just gets to hang out and just enjoy the show.
Big spells left. I will just run over and grab her hand and pull her, try to pull her back out.
Cool. Begin to pull. As you pull, you begin to see what she is seeing.
My God!
You see the Feywild. You look up and see the burning eyes, tall golden hair flaming. You see the leader of your court. Look up, Elminor.
You just know Brennan's just like, I'm gonna mess them up. I'm gonna hit them with some stuff they don't see coming.
What have you done? Why are you looking beyond this realm? Something moves upon the face of your world. Do not let her find the names.
And
her find the names?
Okay. You see the tree lance out, 2 branches, sharp as swords, lance into Paisha and Loquacious at the same moment. It is still your turn.
I cast Blight.
Blight hits the tree. Sarah,
me?
we go to you outside. I need to know what you're doing. What are you doing? I need to know what you're doing.
Talon 2. Talon 2.
Oh, God.
Wingspan, Talon, report again.
Fuck no! Kier, listen to me very carefully. I need you to find
Brennan's
your
like, I'm gonna throw him a curveball.
and meet me at home. Can you do that?
Wingspan, who do you think
Oh, wow.
you're even talking to? I followed Egghead. She's talking to a girl at a party. She's got, I think she's a Triton because she's got like blue hair and they're
Talon 2. Listen, this is
they're
very...
talking a lot, and they're drinking stuff. They're drinking stuff.
Very exciting.
There's a big party. It's at the Sorcerer's University. There's a bunch of kids. Everyone's talking about a fireworks extravaganza. I'm not sure if it was even permitted.
Kier, listen to me. Get Egghead and tell her it's an emergency. You know what we talked about before. This is important. Please, get her and come home as fast as you can. Do you copy?
I copy, Dad. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Remember, code names.
Sorry. Wingspan. Roger that. Mission and objective set. Gather Egghead and rendezvous at home base. Over and out.
Out.
I love you, Dad.
Emotional, damn it!
Where does Sarah go now?
To the Cloudstone, and I'm going to gather. I'm gathering things for Kier, things for Maya. I'm putting them in a small.
You go into Orwin's office.
Oh, yeah.
You see 2 feet sticking out from behind the desk, prone. A nap.
I unholster the hawks.
Blood's had time to sink into the carpet.
He's my old partner. I'll walk around the side of the desk.
From some of the drag marks here that he took a couple out with him. In his hands, 2 magical items. They're like potions. You break them, and they do the spell that they're supposed to do. They're called Runes of Recall. You see scrawled in the script of a dying man to his old friend. I don't know how much time we got. They're for your kids. They're keyed to the mom. Wishing you all the... And that's all that he had strength to write.
Thank you, my old friend.
2 tickets out. And you fly home. You fly as fast as your wings will carry you. Paisha, the Schism.
Emperor Raushan. Empress Kamort.
2 of the only that were never killed. Sealed under Mount Igora. Deep underneath the mountain, the druids tending to the seals. The Gau Drashari. If the wizards intend to fly along the ley lines, then perhaps this could be a good thing. A tree to protect Exandria, to scribe the names of those things beyond, which should not come. The tree is not a wall, it's a pen. It is scribing runes of protection
And as you travel the ley lines, the blossoms fall and protect your world. Protect your world from all the things outside it. The Gaudrashari believed in keeping things safe and protecting Exandria. And centuries from now, when their order is shattered, only the last 3 syllables of their name will remain. The Ashari. To keep this world, our world, safe from all those things beyond it. Xerxes, you look in the tree, face you have longed to see for many years, and now his face looks afraid. Not like this. Blight hits the heart of the tree, rot, and the tree sunders. The seam opens along the trunk. There is only fire. Very good, my little puppet, Vespin. The Lord of Hells gazes. To be home again. As the betrayer steps foot into Exandria. That's all for this episode.
My puppet, Bespin.
It had everything. Wow. We all betrayed each other. We betrayed the world. The world betrayed the world.
And I'm going to remember to say it this time. Is it Thursday?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Crazy. Crazy.
If you think that anything other than Dutch Oven and Wesley Snipes got said moments before rolling, then you're not correct.
Who said it? And you'll never know.
Go ahead and throw a like on that. Beautifully done. Excellent highlight compilation there. That probably took a lot of time to put together. So shout out. Link to the original video so you can throw it some love yourself down below in the YouTube video description. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I love how Sam was trying to like break up the silence and kind of jump people out of it. But that was a heck of a story. Heck of a story. Unbelievable. Part 3 was very good. That ending was so good. So good. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. The creativity of Brennan to narrate that is just impressive. If you're a good DM, look, this is something I had no idea about. I don't know. I mean, obviously I'd heard of Dungeons and Dragons, but I'd never actually seen it happen. Other than I think it was a South Park episode where they did some sort of D&D thing. Other than that, I had never seen it in action. It is unreal how captivating it can be. And it's something that, you know, it's not really visual as much. It's not really, you're not like reading it, but it's like the old days of a bard, like literal bard telling you stories and history and all that stuff. It's very interesting. It's not done yet. Actually had all the bad things happen in the next episode. Oh, good grief. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. I was thoroughly enthralled in that. And I'm willing to bet if you stuck around for that whole thing, you are as well. That is wonderful. I think that's been my goal for the last couple of Critical Role Recs, to show you how captivating and immersive it is. Mission accomplished. And it's not even done. Mission accomplished. I've never even listened to an audio book. Like, that is how not familiar I am with like audio stories. But if anything is that captivating, well, obviously I listen to podcasts, so it's kind of different, but podcasts aren't really, the podcasts I listen to are not like stories. It's more like just blabbing at each other. So if it's that captivating and encompassing and enthralling, that is something that I have never experienced before, and that's pretty cool. That is very cool. Wow. And I love the fact that, it's recorded, it's visual, you could see it. You're in there with them experiencing these firsthand stories as their mind is blowing. Yours is blowing too. It's awesome. Like, I felt like I was watching that through Travis for that last part there, because he was just sitting there, just like taking it all in, just like anybody watching the episode is, Highly recommend watching the Calamity episodes after this if you have the time. It's just so beautifully done and such a good beginner-friendly experience. Of course, there's lore, but I gave most of it. Yeah, right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you're watching this and you had never seen that before, or maybe you have seen other D&D live plays or Let's Plays or whatever it's called, and you want to check that out, highly recommended. Oh my gosh. Like, it's hard to come up with the words to describe just how gripping, that's a good word, gripping that was. Even for, not seeing the full episode, it's still gripping because, it's being told in a very interesting way and everybody's just kind of contributing their 2 cents. And I like the little sidebars that they have where they're talking to each other about, they're zooming out and talking about what's happening while it's happening. That's kind of funny. It's just, it's a good group of folks, and obviously they have a lot of fun in doing it. So that is very neat. Very, very neat. Amazing. Okay. Wow. I feel like we just went through something. I feel like we just went through something. Oh my gosh. As I block a bot, which is a good way to end it, I think. The bots are coming in. Quick, hide. Cast a spell. I hope you enjoyed that. I truly hope you enjoyed that. If you gave it, 2 seconds, or you were hanging at the edge of your seat for that last one like I was. We watched some great member-requested videos off ToddReacts.com. One Tree Hill, The Flash, Smosh, Chuck, Critical Role. Where else are you finding that wild of a mix of shows and whatnot? Like, that's why I love this. That is truly why I love this. It's got a little bit of everything, and so many comments on YouTube of, why are these shows that I like all in the same video? Shout out to the members for having very diverse interests. It's super cool. It's super fun, and I hope you've enjoyed it, of course. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tell the algorithm, hey, I like this. I want to see more of this. Follow the Twitch channel if you want to join live in the chat. And check out the merch summer collection available right now at ToddReacts.com. Ships worldwide, 15% off for members, of course. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. There it is. Let's see. I lost my place. Request your own. If you'd like to request your own videos, you saw something that was very interesting and you're like, I wouldn't mind guiding the stream either. I got some doozies. I got some good ones. Certainly do so. ToddReacts.com. The season and series tiers are the ones you're looking for. And I hope you had a tremendous week, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Willow. I hope you do as well. It's nearly 3 a.m. there. Wow. Thanks for hanging out and staying up. And I hope you have a tremendous day tomorrow. Stay safe out there. Do something fun. Do something interesting. And I will see you all back here on Wednesday. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.